could be huge, but it looks like could be another kill.
Yeah, Razor's wrap onto Marcuti ends his hopes.
Killing spree for Fallen. They're going to keep this up. I'm in trouble as well. Basic not unable to get the final hit, but he moves on to Black instead. Able to take him down 3 for 0. And Fallen continues the fight. Moves on to final. Gets the triple kill. Triple on to Khan. The decimation. The Maniac. Is it the Savage? Yes. Easy peasy with the first one in NACT. Best player on a killing spree now. Marcuti with Blaze Lead in the backside. Juicy there as well with that Shadow Stampede, but the hook comes in. A double kill for best player. Can we make it a triple? Yes. Turtle says, wait a second, a lot of damage. Comes in onto Kai, takes him out. Next is going to be powerless. The hook just falls away from Pow, and luckily Zero is able to find Joybog there. And now Zero in trouble, taken out from Nova Zane.
Super Shark very low. Zia is going to find both Ross and Blazing Duet from Sleep. Hoon finds Dino. Zio finds CPZ. Coppola takes down Super Shark for a double kill. And Zia with the triple is going to find Sleep. Nurse Chicken goes down. Fried Chicken finds Team. And Yato finds Fallen. 3 members dropping. Mobazane drops down Tokeneck. Arvo very low. Fallen engagement as well. A full wipeout as ISO takes down Arvo. It's pre-activated. 2 members falling to 1. Make that another falling, and Bloodhounds is just fighting it out. Coppola is going to find Fallen. Basic falls, Sleeps falls, Dino, and Bocarasco. Oh, look at the high kick. Plays with the pathing. Thorn rolls, not enough. With the full team of BTK stampeding around him, they will press him down. Oh my goodness! Zia stills the Lord from Mobazane.
Is down, traded for Coppola, and down goes CPR. They are trading kills. I don't even know what is going on anymore. Defend with 3 players left. Secures the kill onto Toinks, and you can see right now Fallen in a little bit of trouble. Appraiser's round takes down Powerless. Kai in trouble as well. Avalon cleaning up shop. Zero is not long for this world. Goes Avery. They aren't able to find a kill onto Magic. Oh, there it is. As I say that, here comes the burst. Uneven with the electrifying beats. Out comes the deadly catch. And down goes Zia. ISO finds a kill onto Code. Maddie for you in trouble. Is he going to be able to get away? Coming in with that Mortal Coil. Myth looking for the red tree. Mobazane finds the Lord and the kill onto Myth from ISO.
Once again, moving on to Coppola here, looking for the finish. Gets the final shot. That's a godlike kill over the side of best player. Zia's gonna flicker in, double kill. Dino goes down, and best player continues the torment. Make it a triple, looking for the Maniac. Can he lock on? He's under the tower. He doesn't care. Bocarasco trying to get the outplay, but Zia takes the kill from his hand.
How is Delvaria getting caught so close to Naruto?
Oh, wait a second, but they do get the catch. ISO able to take the tower. Fly Chicken a little bit of trouble. Possible Black Dragon, but wait, everyone's getting melted down. Yato picking up a kill. It's 4 taken away from Avalon, all for the price of none. Zia into the backside with the Blazing Duet, able to find Mobazane. ISO getting brought low as well. Fly Chicken trying to get out of here. Can he do it once again? Not strong, but Meal flickers in and gets him. It's a trade. ISO picking up another kill though. Shark getting low as well. Yato flickers in and finds Shark, but taken out from Zia.
Blazing Duet dropping down. Merciless joining the party there low. DPR hits the decimation. Finds Avery. Gets a double. As he gets uneven. Gets DPR to a triple. As he finds Magic. A Maniac takes down Black. The co-alter to save him in the midst of the battle. Matthew finds Mikasa, unpunished, a counterplay. Regrets is gonna take down Myth. Kai is gonna take down Khan. Tyrant very low. Kai finds Matt for you. Another body drops. Regrets picks up a double. Finds Tyrant. Knights of Fate. They have the numbers. to get into the back line. Does not find Demon, though. He's able to get out of that range. Mark Cutie, a slight mistake at Basic will punish. Takes him out. That is a 3-for-none trade. Make that a 4-for-none trade. As Gas falls, Basic wraps around, picks up the kill for a double. Merciless, nowhere to go. He does have Zero wrapping around. Good rotation from the Knights of Fates to punish. The mobilization, Curse of Blood. Regrets is going to take down Sleeps. They get another. Copeland's going to find Zero. Boco Roscoe taking down Regrets.
Meanwhile, in the back, trying to go ahead and hold him off. Kai, big penalty zone with the flicker there, activates the Colt Alter. Is that going to be enough? Down goes Zero. And you can see Basic putting out the damage there. Yato with the cleanup there. Regrets in a bad way. T comes in, puts the damage on Regrets. Bomazane out to the back line, takes him out, finds himself almost the double there. No, he does find the double as ISO takes the tower. Does go wide. Joy Maj gets taken out by best player. Now set his sights onto ISO and another kill. A double for best player. Ooh, Zane trying to make them pay for it. Look at the taunting by best player. Recalls are out. Immortality for Super Shark has been activated. That's a complete wipe for BTK.
Cutie trying to find Basic. They can take out Basic. That is huge. Basic flickers through. They're not able to finish. None's Fury knocks him up. Mark Cutie finds Basic in the backside, though. Demon able to find Mark Cutie. It's 1-for-1. Make it 3-for-1. Area 77. Finding the moment to strike. Franco, he's already taken a death. Bloodhounds looking for control over the pit as Kai and Zero waited out. But the wall comes out. Mikasa dives in with the bravest fighter. Looking to target onto Boca Roscoe there. Out comes the falling star moon, but Easy Peasy still takes Turtle. And Dino is cleaning up. Oh! This is what I'm talking about. He flickers in, gets the knockup. ISO picks up Black. Mobazane shredding through under the tower. Able to find two before he falls down. Magic gets the shutdown, though.
A two-man flicker set coming out from Chicken.
Here comes Shark with the cutthroat onto the backside. Reckless tries to get the big push, brings everyone under the crystal. Zed comes in with that last insanity, finds best player. It's a little bit of response, 2-for-1 currently, but all their base is cracked open and Milo doesn't stop. Neither does Mooney.
Zia is going to take down Sarvazi and they are going to claim the turret in the mid lane. Picks up a double, finds Powerless a triple. If Mikasa's not careful, he's going in for the dive. Gets the triple. Mikasa responds from taking him down. Decimation from Kai is going to find who left standing from Milo. You are going to see the hard guard on the Tarzan, but Ice with torn apart memories for the denial will shut him down. Can't out-heal this damage. T is going to claim a turret. Mobazane is going to find Basic. ISO takes down Demon. That is going to be a 3-for-none trade in favor for BTK. The huge save to keep their marksman alive. Zia picks up a kill off the assist, takes out T. Milo finds Chicken. Best player finds ISO. 4 members falling for BTK. Mobazane trying to fight out against a full team of TOB, but Zia, yet again, trumples over, takes the kill. A full wipeout as TOB now will push up the map.
Juice Cuties next on the top block. They're putting on the damage, going with the mortal coil. The
Harness Black.
Not enough to save her. And Black still chasing. He's not done yet. Now Cutie finds an end to himself. Now we're seeing the damage from that Melissa. Sleep's doing a great job. Boca Roscoe finds a kill onto Myth. Real world manipulation from Boca Roscoe is set down to off the escape of the Night Horde. And we're trading some kills there, but Easy Peasy finds, is that a triple kill for him? DPR finds the kill and the turtle. Mark Cutie finds a Sir Bossy as well. Mikasa in trouble.
PR
is going to use that penalty zone to get away. He's just a narrow sliver of health. Jules Cutie lining up a shot, finds a kill onto Powerless. And Sleeps on the other side. Wild charge from Toys. Down comes the Appraiser's Wrath. Puts Sleeps to sleep. And on the other side, Tarzan trying to chase down Boca Roscoe. Toinks on the other side trying to punch with damage. Basic with an ultimate from the front. And that's going to clean the clock for Boca Roscoe and Copla. A big wild charge lands on the Merciless. He's trying to get himself to safety from the bottom. In comes DPR with a decimation. And now Tarzan might be following as well. That's a double for DPR. And Victor gonna have to get himself away. Jules Cutie hot on the pursuit. The damage, another set from Chicken, stuns them against the wall. He's gonna be able, he's trying to get away, juking and diving away. And that is gonna be a clean escape for Fly Chicken, while 4 members down for Area 77. T down very low from the back end. ISO with that blazing duet. Yato finds a kill onto best player, and now finally might have a little bit of a problem. ISO does get killed by Zia, but Fly Chicken finally able to bring down Yellow.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 for 1 plus a Lord. BTK definitely coming out on top.
From the side, a lot of damage comes in, penalty zone, pops them up. Hoon finds a kill. That's 3 down for Area, 4 down, it's just 0 left. That's gonna be game 2, a full sweep.
Arsenal fighting it out. Who will be able to draw the kill and take this objective? Crazy Graph goes down from Zane, connecting, hits Tarzan, it takes him out of there. You are looking at Promise trying to get away, but the Fire Snake missiles will catch him in his tracks. ISO get the kill. Yato finds Promise to respawn. Rough Waves on the way out. Demon able to sustain himself. 3 members falling for Avalon. BTK able to take control of the Lord Pit.
Promise coming up from the side as well. Mark Cutie, good distance. He doesn't realize Promise is out there. This might be it. Promise locked on to Mark Cutie. Takes him out.
Very close call, but Shark rushing in for the set, the stun, the penalty zone. Hoon finds Yato. Wait a second, there are no minions though. Do they get out of this? Do they still fight? Milo shuts down ISO. Huge play, finds the marksman for BTK. An airborne knockup on the Chicken. Ring of Order goes out. Sandstorm going in from T. Chicken finds Z. Zia T finds Super Shark. Look at the base crystal. 1%. TOB officially named the first grand finalist, taking down BTK and sending them to the losers bracket.
In the world of esports, every battle is a chance to prove oneself. Every moment holds the potential for greatness. It's not just about winning, but the spirit of competition that drives us forward. NACT 2023 Fall Season is where dreams are realized, where champions are crowned, and where legends are made. In the arena, we face our rivals head-on with unwavering focus and unwavering resolve. We leave no stone unturned, no opportunity wasted.
BTK doesn't want to go out to...
Together, we create moments that will be etched in history. We inspire, we innovate, and we forge new paths towards glory. NACT 2023 Fall Season. My fight, my moment. Welcome to a journey through time as we delve into the transformative milestones of North American Challenger Tournament, NACT. Our story begins on April 11th, 2022, when the North America Community Tournament was officially renamed to North America Challenger Tournament. The official NA YouTube channel was also introduced, and Team A77 claimed the title of champion for the season. Fast forward to August 7th, 2022, and NACT evolved into an officially organized North American regional event. The tournament spanned 13 days of thrilling online broadcasts, with Team First Blood triumphantly seizing the championship. As we moved into the fall of 2022, the first ever offline grand final was held, taking the tournament to a whole new level. This landmark event took place in Las Vegas, USA, creating an unforgettable live experience for all the fans and competitors. The NACT trophy was unveiled, and the championship title went...
My fight. My moment. The battle for the trophy continues. When you find something in life that speaks to you, then you win that thing. 8 teams, the dream for each team, take their place on this trophy. Who's gonna win this baby and go on to M5? If you want to hoist this holy grail, then know this: you will never be forgotten. Now it's your moment. Come and get it. It lasts a lifetime. Welcome to Long Beach, California for the North America Challenger Tournament 2023 Fall Season Finals.
And we are back in Thunder Studio, Long Beach, California. How's everybody doing in the crowd today? Woo! Everybody's excited, guys. 2 months of journey. We're finally here with our beautiful host, Liz, on stage. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Dave. I got 2 energy drinks in, but the energy of the crowd is enough to cheer me on for this moment. 2-month journey indeed, and we're finally here at the Grand Finals today in Thunder Studios, Long Beach. I'm pumped, Dave. What about you?
Oh, I'm excited. I didn't have 2 energy drinks, but we don't need it because the crowd are pouring in today, guys. We have a lot of special stuff for you. Jam-packed event. Make sure to share the live stream, share the broadcast with your friends. This is the time, grand final day, only 1 team will make it out today and go all the way to Asia to participate in the World Series. We cannot wait to find out. Now, first of all, we do have elimination bracket, right, for the loser bracket. Now, I do want to talk about the format, the history that we have been through, because NACT has gone through a long journey. Liz, why don't you go ahead and talk about the history we have been through so far?
And that journey this season began in August, where 96 teams fought their way through the open qualifiers, leaving us with 4 of NA's greatest rosters at the playoff stage. The teams kick-started a fresh journey in the standard double elimination series, and tonight, at the Grand Finals, this arena will crown our regional champion for the World Series now. That is also a $19,000 and 250,000 diamonds of rewards for our players in the house. So Dave, this is the biggest and greatest NACT yet.
Absolutely. Now, biggest and greatest doesn't just stop here originally in North America. Remember, the grand champion is going to Asia for the World Series MPL Invitational M5 World Championship. I think that's adding up to $1 million prize pool. That's a lot of money and experience of the lifetime. But obviously, I think we'll have jam-packed crowd today. Everybody's here for a show, right? For bracket today, Liz, what are the matches we're looking for today?
Well, Dave, yesterday we had 4 teams down to 3. A77 bids farewell as we hit the final stage of the NACT. TOB yesterday secured their spot for the first grand finalist. So today, BTK is hungry for the redemption. Drop down to lower bracket. BTK today will take on Avalon, first series of the night, and the winner will set the stage in the best of 7 showdown against TOB. Now, will BTK seize their final redemption against TOB, or will TOB be the undisputed regional champion?
You see, it's going to be very exciting for many different reasons. One thing is not just tests for their skills, for their teamwork, for their strategy. It's also a test for stamina. BTK, Avalon, doesn't matter who wins, they have to go through a loser bracket first, and after a short break, they have to come back again and fight for the grand final. That's why you want to go to the winner bracket. But guys, when you're watching, I think we have some special people ready to come up on stage, right, Liz?
Absolutely. Now, 3 of your favorite heroes are teleported here from the Land of Dawn, rolling on stage. First off, we have Basha with Fury
Let's hear it for Boxia!
Followed by our NA's very own Layla Bunny Babe, brought to you by Xena Lily. And last but not least, we have 1-1 adding her unique charm to the mix. Now, that costumes, man, Dave.
Oh my goodness. I didn't see, this is my first time seeing the 1-1. I saw Layla. That gun over there, it probably took like a year just to make that. So if you're able to catch a cosplayer off stage, make sure to take a picture, take a selfie. Now, it probably costs like $1,000 for a picture. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure to catch them in the venue to get some pictures. It's going to be awesome. Now, we're going to invite our wonderful cosplayers off stage. Thank you so much. Let's hear it again for our cosplayers. Woo!
Now,
Awesome.
in light of the cosplayers, we also, as always, have a special giveaway for all of our audiences sitting in the live as well as at home. So Dave, what will our giveaway be today?
Oh, we got a time limited and a quantity limited giveaway codes on screen right now in live audience. Take out your phone and receive your free skin. After 50 users redeem this time limited skin, it's gonna run out. So I think it's already out, to be honest, Liz, if you haven't got your chance.
I mean, judging by the crowd today, it might be already be out. 50 giveaway codes, that's right, on the screen, guys. So pull out your phones, type that code in, and be one of the first 40 winners to redeem that skin.
First and only. That's right. If you redeem it and you haven't redeemed it, it's already gone. So again, do it now with the link in description. But we heard a lot from the community. How about the players? Before today's show, we got to interview some of the players on how they are preparing for M5. Let's roll the tape.
It would mean a lot to me to play in M5 and MPLI because I never missed World Series as long as I've been playing. I was there for M3, I was there for M4. Unfortunately, Team BTK couldn't go to MSC due to travel issues, but that's not going to be a problem anymore, and I'm looking forward to compete.
M5 in the Philippines will be actually going to be my greatest part of my MLBB career. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I have a lot of fans in PH, so I'm really excited. So I really want to win this.
To get to M5 in the Philippines would be super special because first, it's my home country and we're treated as the underdogs right now. And if we were to really win, we would shock everyone.
And again, Magic Trick, I'm back on the caster's desk with two handsome gentlemen, Steph, Wheezy, and Yue. Guys, what do y'all think about the tape?
Man, just amazing to see all these players fighting it out in Long Beach, California. I'm myself excited to see. Today, we're going to figure out who's going to represent us not only in MPLI, but also in the World Series.
Yeah, the World Series is definitely the prize money here. Everyone's here to compete, and we have Avalon and BTK. These two titans have fought each other throughout the whole entire regular season. It's going to be an exciting match to watch.
I know, we unfortunately have to send off Era 77, but they're in attendance today off the stage. Now, today we got 3 teams competing for the crown spot. Let's quickly take a look off the rosters. Why don't we go ahead and see BloodThirstyKing first?
Oh, BloodThirstyKing coming out, man. They're all looking so sharp. You know, this is one of the teams that have actually won it and done it. They went through M3, they went to M4, and now they're looking to go to that next one. And man, 4-man Petrusek coming out from Yato. Man, this team is quite solid here.
Yeah, definitely solid. The reigning champs in NACT so far. And speaking of champions, the TheOhioBrothers, who's been dominating the entire fall season, sitting at that #1 position. Look at the flawless execution, the gameplay, which led to all of their victories so far. Definitely one of the hardest teams to go against, and we got to see how they kind of reign today. They're the only team currently sitting in that grand finalist position, and today we're going to figure out, is it going to be Avalon? Is it going to be BTK to face them?
You know, I love the wing coming up from Hunk's face every time the elevator door opened. But you know what's also exciting? This is going to be basic smile when the elevator open for Team Avalon. Let's take a look, Yue.
Yeah, Avalon does come through. You know, this is the team that a lot of people, a lot of the locals do understand. We've seen them quite often in multiple different tournaments. They actually did quite well, you know, and it's a team that's been pieced together, and the synergy is going to be there.
Yeah, the synergy's definitely there. I mean, they have international experience. They have Basic on the team. Pretty much everybody going against each other today all have international experience, right? You've got TOB, you've got Avalon, and we're also going to have the best of the best, the TheOhioBrothers, sitting in the grand finalist position.
Well, speaking of all the teams, guys, we actually asked our talent before the show about their prediction. Now, who is making it out? The one and only. Right, it's going to be BTK, it's going to be TOB, it's going to be Avalon. Let's take a look at the predictions. Woo! 3-2 to BTK's favor.
Yeah, there's a lot of people voting for BTK. You know, they had the experience of coming through last season, got a best of 7 series, and definitely dominated there. So I feel like that kind of skews into their favor. But once again, TOB, the contending champions, they've done so well in the regular season. So I'm definitely not scared for TOB to kind of come through and take that spot.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a sneak peek, right, in day 1 of the playoffs, right? We got to see TOB, we got to see BTK fight it out. It ended up working in TOB's favor, a 2-0 sweep. But, you know, if we look at history, last NACT, it went all the way to a best of 7. Honestly, the best series we ever had in North America. So you never know which way it's going to go. But looking at the predictions so far, I myself, this time around, voted for BTK. I mean, hey, after seeing them last year, how could I ever doubt them? But anyway, it looks like you're on the same note as me.
You know about the caster's curse, right? I mean, we still have a loser bracket final that's yet to begin. The round 1, Avalon taking on Bloodthirsty King. How about let's take a look at the stats.
Stats are going to be coming through onto the screen. And once again, these numbers, it doesn't really mean the whole entire story, but BTK definitely shifting ahead in terms of the KDA, the damages, the rating, and also the gold. It just means, you know, they like to prolong the game. They want to make sure they have that late game security. But Avalon, on the other hand, a little bit less on all the statistics. But once again, these are 2 teams, 2 of the best teams from North America, Weezy.
That's right, the number 2 versus the number 3, right? We also got to see both of them face yesterday in day 1. It ended up being a 2-0 sweep in favor for BTK. I said, was the 3rd time the charm, and it looked like it wasn't for Avalon, but hey, today may be another story.
You know what's interesting? When we look at the entire regular season stats from yesterday, it seemed like Avalon and Era 77 both have like higher stats. Not necessarily better, but higher stats in almost every genre, right? But today, it seemed like that script has been completely flipped. I was so surprised there.
Yeah, honestly, you know, BTK, they still have all the stats continuing, but they also have the tournament experience. Like we said earlier, BTK, they've done so well in these 7-game series that honestly, I'm not going to doubt them. I feel like they definitely have the standing here. They have the experience. They have the international stuff. Everything is kind of just going into their favor, and I feel like the crowd is too.
Yeah, the crowd definitely ready. I mean, I've seen a couple of Mova Zane heads just floating around in the audience, some BTK signs, and, you know, some fans for Avalon as well. So I can't wait to see which way this goes, but nonetheless, this is the final shot for both of these teams, right? Only one will be able to move forward into the grand final.
Yeah, you've seen some Mova Zane heads. I think that's right. You know, maybe sometimes regarding the match, it's about whose fan base has more heads, right? So like in the game, we're talking about who has more immortalities. Maybe this who has more fans. That's going to win the game. Because first game of the day, usually it's all momentum. Yeah,
it's definitely going to take a lot of momentum right now. BTK, they got the wins yesterday. It was a 2-0 sweep to Avalon, and they did quite well. I feel like, you know, in terms of their early game, they didn't do exactly what they wanted to. They kind of lost a little bit, but they were able to kind of gather up, go into that death ball, and making sure that they kind of pushed through. And of course, you know, they got to this stage, and Wheezy, draft coming in already. The supports banner coming out. It's kind of the same exact draft that they tried to do last time around.
That's right. This is becoming textbook for BTK, right? Just banning out all the supports and then making sure Chicken gets comfortable on that roam position. I mean, usually we see him run that Edith that may be a showcasing. Today, maybe something Avalon wants to ban out.
I want to say that yesterday when we see BTK going against Avalon, they had the same ban strategy, right? They banned all the support. And then it's not like today they're doing the exact same thing. But when they win against a team like TOB, they were not banning all the supports. They were actually leaving, I think, Mathilda open even. You know, even though we know that TOB is really comfortable, and then Mathilda is one of the most comfortable character for Shark. So looking at this draft, you know, banning all the support, I think BTK definitely done their homework for not only the team, the nemesis, I would say, right, but also for every other team they possibly might go against.
Well, here's the thing. TOB, they have the assassins coming in. But right now, this game is going to be about Avalon. And Avalon loves to play the front-to-back style. We have Tarzan that loves to go the utility jungles. It's kind of the same mirror matchup going against BTK. So it brings a different element, and the different drafts come through. BTK definitely done their homework, and it kind of shows right away in these drafts.
You know, and something interesting, a little different from what we've seen yesterday. Avalon, they didn't go to kind of ban out Mova Zane on the box here, right? They let that walk. They didn't ban the Navaria. They banned both of those in both matches yesterday, but they're kind of switching up their style. There goes the Boxia, which is going to open up the door for a possible Mathilda play for BTK, and hey, there it goes.
The possible Mathilda play. It's a for sure Mathilda play, Steph Weezy, which is good prediction from you. And that's why, you know, we have the best casters on desk today. make sure to follow our wonderful caster, yours, Weezy, on their social media. You probably have their handles already. If you're not, go to the description and find it. That's right, Mathilda being taken out. Fredrin is still available, which is quite interesting. Do you think Avalon's going to take it? Or do you think they're going to leave it to BDK? I don't think they're going to leave it to BDK at all. Oh, ooh.
Well, the Fredrin does get picked up by Tarzan right here. But once again, there's still a lot available. The Kaja does get picked up. That's kind of one of those very heavy pick or ban heroes. But with the Matilda on the board, it seems like BTK want to skews towards that support. Now, even with the Basha and the Akai being banned out, that still leaves a Martis, and we all know Moba Zane. He can play the fighters, he can play the tanks, and Martis, it might just be a perfect pick to deal with the CC coming out from Fredrin.
Yeah, definitely a pick from Moba Zane. I mean, we've seen him run even things like the Paquito, even though it took a little bit of a nerf, so he has options on the table still. I don't think he's really too worried about the Akai and the Basha not being on the table. He could run that Martis, it could definitely work out well. I mean, he has Chicken on the Mathilda to be able to get them out of those trickier situations. Ooh. We're already seeing some sustainability from BTK picking up that export.
Oh, it's going to be Lancelot. Wow. How often do we see Zane on Lancelot? I mean, this is going to be a for sure jungle pick. We have Export already. Or maybe it's an export jungle. No way. It has to be a Lancelot jungle, right?
It has to be a Lancelot jungle, but the Esmeralda counter pick coming out to deal with the shields coming from the Matilda. We've seen this quite often in a lot of the matches, a lot of the series already, and we're coming out it with again, and they're not really shy of picking this early. They just want to make sure they can get this Esmeralda because it might seem like, if the Esmeralda does get passed away in the first phase, it's going to be on that ban table.
Yeah, and it'll give Promise a little bit of an easier time in the XP lane, especially going up against that Export. Right? He's very sustainable. One of the things about Esmeralda is the mobility that she provides to be able to cut that lane and get to the fights nice and early. Whereas Export, he's not as mobile, but definitely can get the job done. But with the Esmeralda being on the board, it could be a problem for BTK, right? With that Mathilda providing those shields, Esmeralda will be able to pretty much soak all of that up.
Yeah, I mean, Esmeralda is such a great pick in this particular scenario because it's not going to be bothered by Export in lane harassment. Now, Export actually quite annoying when you go against in lane, just keep on spraying fire at you. It's not doing that much damage early game, it's more of a just annoyance. So here, I like the draft, and then let's take a look at bans. It seems like Team Avalon will ban away 2 marksmen, Brody and Carry.
And both of these teams that they're looking for the marksmen and the mage. But here's the thing, Avalon chooses to ban out 2 of one of the better marksmen right here. So it does leave Arithal kind of in the open in the open field. But right here we still have Exia, and we saw Zia play a pretty good Exia, and with the recent buffs, that might be a choice that both of these teams are looking to pick.
What about Bruno?
Yep, Bruno can definitely be a problem. I mean, we've been seeing him pretty much dominate. He took a little bit of a hit with the recent nerfs, but he definitely is still a problem. We've also been seeing picks like the Irithel been slotted in, the Beatrix still being available for both sides. Speaking of Beatrix, there it goes, Avalon securing the marksman.
Basic got MVP yesterday with Beatrix twice in a row, right? This guy is absolutely on fire with his character. The first game might not have that many kills, but it was a lot of damage. We're talking about damage is what's important as it carries a late game insurance. So let's take a look. Oh, Irithel will be taken out. Now, it seems like not every team's gonna go with the Ixia and a Mathilda combo, as good as it is. Now, I wanna mention here, what do you think about Chicken on Mathilda? I've really seen him play this character.
Well, Matilda Rhino recently did get that update, so the Circling Eagle, honestly, you could kind of do a lot with it. So even without Chicken being on something like a set tank, what traditionally he likes to run, the Edith, the Kaja, kind of like the EXP ones, now he's on Matilda, and I feel like that kind of gives leeway for Moba Zane to kind of dash in and out. It gives that sustained support, and it adds a raw element of surprise here. But ooh, the Novaria comes out. That was what I was going to be looking for, but there's still a lot of mages on the board. Maybe we're going to see a Faramis. Maybe we might see something completely different here.
You know, I was thinking about the Novaria as well. I'm looking at their composition, and it's not really heavy CC oriented, right? It's more for the sustainability, get in and get out. With the Novaria over there with the Astral Echo, we'll be able to provide that slow to the entire team, increase that hit marker as well, so it can definitely be effective. It is going to be interesting seeing Moba Zane on this Lancelot, but speaking of picks and sustainability, there goes the final pick for Avalon to finalize this draft. They are going to go ahead and pick up the sustainability, right? They are going to have that Nether Realm to be able to keep themselves alive with this Faramis.
The Faramis is decent against, I would say, Axborg, but it's not very good against someone like Irithel, Yue. What do you think?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not really too scared about the Rithel, but I feel like the range coming out from Novaria just might be a little bit too much to handle. And you know, Rithel, he does well. He has that AoE, but Rithel does take some time to scale. But Dave, we're jumping in.
Yeah, it seems like timer has been running out. If you're watching at home, it's time to share the stream, like, subscribe, and turn the bell into all notification bells. Tell all your friends, tell your parents, tell your uncle, tell your entire family. We don't care. Get them in. This is the grand final day. Who's gonna make it to the grand final match? First game between BloodThirstyKings and Team Avalon is on the way. Casters, take it away.
That's right, into the loser bracket finals, best of 3. Only one will move forward to be your grand finalist to fight it out against the TheOhioBrothers. Will it be the BloodThirstyKings or will it be Avalon? You have Mobazane running the Lancelot in the jungle for Avalon. You are gonna be seeing the Fredrin.
And honestly, Mobazane on the Lancelot is definitely a treat for the crowd. Mobazane traditionally likes to play a lot of the utility side, and to be on an assassin in a grand final series, you know, that's something definitely a treat. But a small opening coming through, Avalon decides to go for a 2-1-1 onto the XP lane, and BTK responds the same exact way. They want to make sure all these heroes can get to level 4 and make sure they're all ready for that next turtle fight.
Right, and looking at the emblems showing up, 5 Impure Rages across the board. That Quantum Charge, you are going to go ahead and see them revving up, trying to do some additional damage. Now, what we've seen from the past, right? The last time we've seen both of these teams play was yesterday, and it was a best of 3. It ended up in BTK's favor with a 2-0 sweep, but this is their final chance. This is the loser bracket finals. Will Avalon be able to turn this around, or will we see BTK push forward to the grand finals?
Well, here's the thing about Avalon. Their kind of style is to, you know, make sure Basic can get into that late game. So we're probably going to see a lot of Cold World moving onto that gold lane. Maybe not during the first rotation before the first turtle, but definitely afterwards. He's going to be using that flicker off that cooldown, using the Divine Judgment, making sure Basic can get the resources he needs.
Yeah, definitely needing to get Basic online. He is going to be going up against ISO, one of the 4 horsemen for the NACT fall season. Definitely an expert in the gold lane and reigning champion from the last NACT. So looking at what we're seeing so far, we haven't really seen Chicken too much on the Mathilda, but Mathilda just got a recent buff, right? One of the more superstar heroes in the support system that Moonton's been pushing for, so it can work in their favor. Looking at the XP matchup, it is going to be that X-Borg going up against Promise on this Esmeralda. Now that's definitely something we're going to have to watch out for.
Of course, we definitely have to watch out for it, but Tarzan is going to be the first one that pulls on this objective, and wow, he's not even choosing to go for all the way Mobazane on this Lancelot, trying to go back, and I do think they're going to be able to just kind of get away with this buff, and the objective is going to go to Avalon here.
Right, it is going to go in Avalon's favor, and the Divine Judgment on the Yato is going to be able to get out just in time, but pulled back. Astro Echo goes down to hit the team. Tarzan draws first blood, takes down Yato. First objective going to Avalon, but Last Insanity trying to catch Cold World, able to get out of there just in time. Chicken circling Eagle around, connects on to Demon all the way into that turret, but he will not fall.
Yeah, it's just not enough damage coming out from Chicken. You know, he might be playing that Edith before and able to kind of have that kill pressure. But on the Mathilda, you're kind of just using the enemy's mistake. You want to kind of make sure that they are miscalculating their fights and making sure that, you know, BTK, they can kind of just sustain the damage. But Mobazane,
yeah, he's going to go in with this Lancelot Thorn Rose, able to get his orange buff. Tarzan doing a good job of trying to invade. Right now, it's looking like it's working more in Avalon's favor, right? They're invading the jungle, they took the first neutral objective, and they got first blood. That is a 3-for-none trade so far against BTK.
Yeah, but the invade does come through, but you can kind of tell Mobazane is already on level 6. Tarzan kind of has to catch up on the buffs, but he should be able to grab up that level quite well. The gold lead, 3 minutes in, it's only about 500 difference, so it's still going to be a close game.
Speaking of close things, circling Eagle in, Fried Chicken, Mr. Worldwide gets the first kill for BTK, takes down Basic in the goal lane, and now a little bit of a skirmish in the mid toward the jungle. Mobazane, Thorn Rose out, but you are going to see the Praise Wrap drop down. The Energy Eruption for the double set. Last Insanity flicker in from T onto Tarzan, like white on rice. Yato taking him down.
A small sniper coming in from Yato. We kind of knew that Novaria is going to have a lot of impact on this game. And with the Impure Rage, the first skill just does so much more. And right now, you know, honestly, BTK, they're looking to kind of push forward. They're trying to farm up a little bit. But even on the top side, you can see the Esmeralda matchup is just a little bit too much.
Oh, speaking of matchups, there goes Chicken again on to Cold World. You are going to see Yato get the kill, takes him down.
Yeah, Novaria, another snipe coming through. He already has 2 of the 3 kills participation, so Novaria is definitely going to be smelling a lot of trouble. Now, Mobazane already on this next neutral objective. Tarzan a little bit slow onto the rotation, but you can see BTK, they're not really putting a lot of members there.
Yeah, and speaking of BTK, Zane pulling the aggro of the turtle. Tarzan right by him, able to get the retribution for Avalon. That will be the second turtle in their hands again. BTK yet to claim 1.
Yeah, and right here, they're putting a lot of pressure onto the bot side once again. This is kind of what a lot of the roamers like to do. These neutral objectives, they just kind of let the junglers deal with it. They're going for some utility side, and they put the supports on the bottom. Now, here's the thing. I don't think they know Cold World is on this boss, and he has that flicker and Divine Judgment. The first person that comes up, they're definitely going to go for it.
Look at Chicken already in the bush. Does Basic know he's there? Is providing that vision. Speaking of vision, the taunt on him over Zane. Phantom Execution's out, having a little bit of a rough start so far in the jungle, but they are leading in kills. So hey, it's not out of the ballpark yet, but definitely Avalon having the first objectives in their favor. BTK leading in the kills.
Yeah, they're leading the kills, leading the goal. It's really, really close so far, but you kind of see Avalon, even if they're not completely up ahead, they're still looking to go aggressive. They're kind of moving towards on the opposite side, moving past that river. So Avalon definitely are still looking to be aggressive, asserting dominance, making sure that this Beatrix has a good time in lane.
Yeah, Basic, Demon, and Cold World on the bottom side, and the invasion into Mobizane's jungle. You see him in the mid lane right now, and Avalon just doing a good job of contesting his purple buff. There goes T trying to help him out. Yato trying to pick up the pieces, not trying to deny Mobazane any more farm. They were able to fend off Avalon.
Yeah, they did and fend off Avalon, but Chicken looking like he's going to go in, but he doesn't choose to disengage.
Yeah, circling Eagles in, but nobody to follow. ISO now joining the party. Chicken will be able to get out of there. I mean, look at the sustainability on the midfielder, already back to full HP.
Yeah, he's really fast, but the sustainability, the counter sustainability coming in from Demon is going to be able to save a lot of people. The Nether Realm is just a really, really good utilities, and with a lot of mages being kind of nerfed in the recent patches, it kind of lets Fairman shine a little bit more. But Wheezy, some of the items on the board?
That's right. Hawsclaw is being picked up from Islo and leading in the gold lane by about 400 gold. Slowly starting to scale a little bit better than Basic. Now, Basic did find his first death nice and early in this game, and that could have led to that. So maybe if BTK can't get these neutral objectives, they should put some pressure in that gold lane.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. It's kind of crazy. Mobazane is still ahead in gold in the jungle. Tarzan has been the one that actually chooses to invade. You saw a small invade on the bot side into the boot buff, but now for the neutral objectives.
There it goes. Will the third time be the charm? No, it's not. Tarzan able to get the turtle yet again over BTK, which will give him a massive boost in experience.
Of course, the experience and the gold lead. Avalon is now going to be ahead. Oh, actually, it's just still going to be relatively close. They did end up picking that turtle, but they still have to make sure Basic gets the farm in. With a score 0-1-0, it's not so bad so far. Basic, you know, he just cannot be dying so much here.
You know, this is kind of looking similar to yesterday, right? Avalon taking advantage of the early game, but BTK able to pick it up in the mid. So right now, Avalon has total control, right? Yes, they're not leading in the scoreboard on kills, but they have the neutral objectives and putting a lot more damage on that turret in the gold lane.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Mobazane is on that Lancelot. This is kind of the wild card that I'm talking about. We don't really see him traditionally play a lot of these assassin junglers, but with the tank Lancelot, it kind of adds a little bit of element surprise. He can get onto that backside, making sure the Nether Realms pop, and kind of immune the Divine Judgment coming out from the Kaja.
Yeah, and speaking of junglers, Tarzan already in position to contest Mobazane's purple buff yet again. There goes the taunt with the energy eruption. Zane not going to let it go. Phantom Executions in. Thorn Rose as well. And now Promise very low, trying to get out. Circling Eagle from Chicken. And the last Insanity from T will drop him down. Basic in the goal lane will take down ISO, but Crazy Wrath on to T. Does he get away? The dash in from Tarzan. T trying to get out of there. Chicken may be able to provide that sustainability needed, and it looks like he was able to survive.
Yeah, T's going to be able to get out there. He did end up picking the Ice Queen wand, so that's going to add a lot of sustainability and mobility for the side of BTK. They kind of have to try and figure out how they can get onto the backside once again. It has to be Mobazane here.
Ooh, and there goes the turret. First turret falling in favor for Avalon in the goal lane, but there's Mobazane onto Basic. Oh, everybody joining the party. Circling Eagle around. Yato with the sniper takes down Basic. Fight still on the way. Demon trying to get out of there. 4 members of BTK on the chase into the turret. Last insanity from T. Not hitting the mark, but no problem. ISO draws the kill.
And that's a 5-man rotation onto the bot side, so Avalon definitely put a lot of resources to making sure that ISO can just counter out that tower. But the response coming in from Avalon is great. They're getting this mid lane push. Cold World is doing a great job getting that mid tower.
Whoa, what is going on? Avalon not playing any games today. Not high in kills, but high in objectives. Tarzan very low. BTK in the mid lane. Divine Judgment onto Mobazane. Will be able to puncture through and get back to the river. But Falling Star Moon from Promise having other plans on the Chicken. Very low. Demon gets the kill.
Yeah, fair miss. With that recent update, they did kind of nerf the ability to be able to bounce around in the damage, but they kind of pushed up the base damage. And now with the Lord coming up, Avalon kind of has the lead. They have Chicken down, so maybe now is the time that they kind of do this little tango, making sure that they can get something on the opposite side, or they're going to look to group up and see if they can get a pick.
Ooh, ISO by himself on an island. 3 members of Avalon. Demon taking him down, and now focusing on the team. Mobazane, Yato for the defense, trying to keep him alive. You are going to see the Lord spawned in, and right now, the pit is controlled by Avalon.
Yeah, ISO kind of had a misplay up there. He didn't really carry the Purifying. He had the sprint, but he did not pop it. Members of Avalon was just a little bit too fast, but Chicken once again.
Ooh, Chicken definitely circling around, but nobody to follow. And Promise on this Esmeralda has just been executing it flawlessly, right? Providing the frontline presence to keep BTK on the back line. But speaking of back lines, there goes Mobazane, puncturing in onto Demon, onto Promise, but the Lord aggro being pulled by Tarzan. Zane with the Thorn Rose onto Tarzan as well. Looks like we might have a little bit of a Lord dance on the way.
Yeah, and throughout that whole entire time, Cold World and Basic were pushing onto that bot side. They make sure they could get that advantage on the side. That's called what we call the banana split. And Avalon really likes to do that, the circling eagle.
Speaking of banana split, a full Sunday on a Demon, but Thorn Rose from Zane will not finish and take him out. Demon in the mid lane now, about half HP. Tarzan still continuing to pull aggro on this Lord, right? They got what they came for so far. Able to take the first 3 turtles and trying to take the first Lord as well, but Zane and T not making it easy for them, providing that pressure. Speaking of pressure, Yato, De Beer's Passion hits him. Tarzan connects for the kill and takes him out.
Yeah, that's a good rotation coming out from Avalon. Cold World and Basic, they were kind of on that boss side, and when they were able to get that pick, the flicker into the Divine Judgment was able to get Basic on that kill. Now the Lord is already being pulled onto the side, but it doesn't seem like BTK wants to give it up.
Yeah, and T, speaking of BTK, is going to find Promise. 1 member falling while the Lord is at about 60% HP. You are seeing Mobazane, T, ISO, Chicken in position. Tarzan, Demon, and Cold World as well, but looks like Tarzan is now going to shift into the jungle. Zane, though, same kind of game plan. So 7-5 so far, 12-minute mark, now hitting that mid-game. We are going to be able to see, this is typically where we see BTK be able to turn it around. But can they do it this time? Astral Echo going out, last Insanity from T. You are going to see the Netherrealm for the sustainability on Avalon. Thorn Rose in. Demon very low, same with Cold World. Praise Wrath from Tarzan, forcing BTK back to their side of the jungle.
Yeah, Chicken continually just saving the members of BTK, getting them out of trouble. And now, this is the time of Avalon where they get to kind of try to dance out this Lord. We saw the Novario once again. He's sitting at a 3-2-2, farming up, and the damage is just going to get stronger and stronger into the late game. And that is going to be smelling trouble with Avalon because they're playing a front to back comp. They don't have an assassin, they don't have a Fanny. They have a Fredrin that's sitting in the front. So who's going to be able to get onto that Novaria? I feel like that's the win condition coming out from Avalon.
That's right, that's the $1,000,000 question. This is game day, the finals. You have to win this to move forward. It's make it or break it. Lord still intact at about 45% HP. Tarzan in position for the Retribution. Promise again with the Esmeralda zoning out BTK. Zane at about 40% HP. Basic able to get the kill. Takes down Chicken. They do not have the sustainability. They have lost their roamer. And Basic will claim the Lord for Avalon.
Yeah, Mobazane was kind of nowhere to be found right there. He's just kind of hit pretty low right there, so he was unable to get anything.
Oh, speaking of low, Promise taking out ISO. Both marksmen's falling. Wait, what is going on? That's Chicken, that's ISO out. Actually, full team of Avalon still alive, able to claim that Lord as well. So that's 3 Turtles and one Lord in their favor, and now opening up the map in their favor.
Yeah, the Kings are kind of falling down right here at the 13-minute mark. They're looking to siege onto the mid side, but without any minions, they're not going to be able to. The Lord is going to be marching down onto the spot side. It's about a 4 to 5k goal lead for the side of Avalon. They kind of have to sink these waves good, and with the mid wave cleared right away, I'm not sure if that's going to be the best decision coming out from Avalon.
Not just any Lord, a Luminous Lord making his way on the bottom side. A possible ticking time bomb as Avalon is trying to open up the base for BTK, and there it goes. Basic, wasting no time, eyes on the prize, takes the middle inhibitor turret.
Wow, I'm really surprised right here. BTK, they have the export, they have the Novaria for the clear, so they definitely have tools to be able to push these waves, but it just seems like Avalon, they're taking advantage of the death timers. You had ISO that was still stuck there inside the base, so they definitely were able to push onto this mid side, and with this Luminous Lord marching down, they're looking to go for the next one.
Yeah, definitely putting BTK in a tricky position, trying to seize the opportunity to take another inhibitor on the bottom side, and there it goes. Now Lord making his way to the base crystal. Full team of BTK trying to defend Avalon from closing it out. Pay attention to the base. Very low. Demon is going to take out Yato. Gets a double. Finds Chicken. BTK trying to hold on. Promise is going to take out ISO. T very low. T is going to find Tarzan Basic. He is going to fall. T gets a double on the other side of the board, but the base has fallen. Avalon takes game 1 against BTK.
Avalon able to kind of find the strategy to be able to beat the Kings right here. The contending champions are going to be fall onto that game 1. But again, this is a best of 3 series. But it kind of looks shaky for BTK. We kind of seen traditionally, they don't do so well in the early game, and it kind of felt the same way. But the late game, they were able to kind of group up and should be able to push forward. But honestly, Avalon, their strategy was just too good. They had Basic doing the banana split with Cold World, and they made sure that they can get the pick before the fights even starts.
Hey, I gotta tell you what, this is history in the making. This is the first victory Avalon has ever gotten against BTK in this entire NACT fall season. This is a great start for them. This is the loser bracket finals. It's a best of 3. Now they have BTK in a pinch, right? They are currently sitting at match point.
Yeah, they only really need one more game to be able to get through this series and move on to that next stage where they're going to face TOB. But again, they still have to win this next match, and it's going to be really, really tough.
Oh, it is going to be really, really tough. Dude, to be honest, when I was looking at draft, I think it has something to do with it, right? You got Chicken, which normally that we know he's really, really good at those heavy engage kind of tanks. But this game, he's playing Mathilda, and obviously Zane is on the Lancelot, which we know they don't have, historically speaking, they don't have a lot of success with.
Well, the game ended in 15 minutes. The scoreboard is going to be 10-9, favoring the side of Avalon. And when it comes down to games that get down less than 15 minutes, the second Lord, that's what I call kind of like a draft difference. These games, they're unable to hold out. They're unable to clear the waves. And you can take a look at Matilda's build, a lot of magic damage. Now, we did receive the magic damage buff recently on these supports, but I just don't think it's the right way for Chicken.
Yeah, you are seeing a little bit of the skirmishes from game 1. Basic taking down ISO. A victory leading in favor for Avalon to force BTK into match point. You know, who would have thought this would have happened, right? Yesterday it was a 2-0 sweep. BTK had an easier time, but looks like last night Avalon did some homework.
Yeah, Avalon is ready for their opposition. They played with a lot of fire momentum today. Can this momentum carry through? BTK is known to be the comeback team. Now we've seen over and over again in many different series, many different games, that they always come back from behind. Now, can they do it again? Now they're 1-0 behind. This is going to be a challenge.
Well, I definitely have to give it to Avalon. It definitely feels like their strategy, the 3 supports ban that come out from BTK, they're kind of like, hey, you ban 3 supports, we give you that support. We're going to take the best set tank. We're going to take the Kaja, using that Divine Judgment, getting the picks that they wanted to, and of course, Basic on that Beatrix. You talked about the MVP. You know, he was able to be on this character twice in a row and getting that title. So definitely giving Basic the Beatrix once again. I feel like that might be a fatal mistake.
Yeah, and you know, something that we didn't really typically see was Mobazane on the Lancelot. I'm not sure if that really played too much into it. He didn't really have any kills. He had majority of assists in that entire match. I think it was like 7 assists. So there's a lot of invasion in his jungle, right? Normally he runs something a little bit beefier, something that can be a little bit sustainable to those invades. But this time around, Avalon, they were just all over the objectives.
Yeah, I just feel like Zane wasn't Zane anymore when he's playing the character that he's most comfortable with. Because you know this guy liked to keep on going in, keep on staying in the front, being tanky. But when you play assassin characters, not like you know, he can play. He definitely have the mechanical skill to play it, but it requires you to quickly switch your entire mentality. Assassin requires you to go in, out, like keep on doing that over and over again, where you're playing a Fredrin or playing a Kai. You're just constantly in their face, you know? So it's a completely different mental attitude, and I think that BTK had a strategy working day one, which has been all the support, but like I said, in the game one, they left one open, and they didn't really want to give it to the Avalon, and didn't work out for them.
Well, Avalon kind of forced BTK to go into that type of draft. They still have the same bans, the Akai into the Basha, and they have a Fredrin priority, so I definitely think that's something that they're going to look to go for.
Ooh.
The Fredrin comes out, but here's the thing. I believe BTK are going to be looking to change up their strategy. The Matilda did not work out, and they put it on the ban table, so we're probably going to see a Valentina and an Edith pick here.
That's right. It could be that Edith pickup. I mean, Kaja is still on the table if they do want to slot that in as well. Now, this is going to be tricky, right? I mean, you could even put the Martis in Mobizane's hands. I mean, they are definitely focusing on his jungles, right? There goes the Baxia, there goes the Akai that we've seen him perform on so far in the playoffs, and you're going to see that XP ban as well, right? The Terizla. So, looking at what we're seeing so far, the Kaja, there it goes, manifested it into reality. So that is going to be suppression on the table for BTK.
Oh, I love it. Yesterday, I was actually not ready for Chicken's Kaja. I was like, okay, you know, even though he said, oh, this is a character for his playstyle, because I like those heavy engages, but usually we've seen him on Edith, right? Also seen him on Kadita, and Kaja is not a character I see him often on. But yes, he surprised me. He definitely showed, okay, it's more of the playstyle that matters. It's all about my mechanical skills, also my overall understanding of the game. So I think that so far it's a great pick. They're gonna leave the jungle pick a little bit towards the later stages and just make sure they have the suppression, they have what it needed to their team's favor.
Well, I actually like the Kaja in Chicken's hand. He likes a lot of these fighter picks. You know, he has taken the Kaja onto the XP lane before, but the interaction coming out, Avalon choosing to go for that Beatrix and Franco. So fighting suppression with suppression. Woo! Basic is on that Beatrix once again, that MVP, but ooh, Mobizane taking out the Martis again. And I feel like that's a really good choice. The Fredrin provides a lot of CC, a lot of utility, but the Martis, it can immune a lot of that.
Not only immunity, but he has technically CC of his own, right?
Yep.
He can definitely rush in there and do some CC onto the enemy team. And the decimation, that's really where the problem is in the early game, right? Especially toward that first neutral objective, the turtle spawning in when the enemies are low. He can rush in and pretty much clear them all out. I mean, the first Savage of NACT was on a Martis.
Yeah, absolutely. Big shout out to DPR for that. Now, if we'll take a look at this draft, Martis is a character that we've seen Zane play many, many times, right? He's really comfortable with a character with an execution like Karina, like Martis. Not only are you tanky or mobile in the team fight, you also have the tool to finish off a team fight. And sometimes when you have just heavy tanks, you don't have the tool to actually finish it off. Fredrin also have the ultimate that can do a lot of things. So all of this fits Zane's playstyle really well. And so far, they just need someone to do more upfront damage. And then I think that's probably the next stage you're looking for.
And here's the interesting that coming out on this second draft here. Early on, they were looking to kind of put the EXP lanes up ahead in the draft. The Esmeralda and the Expert was picked up so early on in the phase, but this time around, they're choosing to make it last pick. They want to make sure that they have a winning lane there. BTK did pick up that Brody. The Rito is still available, but hey man, the Brody is still going to be quite nice. And now Avalon's turn, they're definitely looking for a mage. The Navaria, the Faramis, both work really well, but this time they have to face a Valentina, and that might smell a little bit of the trouble.
Yeah, maybe the Navaria will be a better option unless you want to give BTK that Nether Realm. But hey, this is high IQ drafting so far, right? Let's just take a look at Avalon for a second. Fredrin, Group CC, single target CC suppression, Cold World. On the opposite side of the table for BTK, Group CC. You've got the Martyrs who can rush in. You've got the Terrify from Yato on the Valentina. And then you got single target CC on top of that. But now, hey, there goes the Navaria we were looking for.
Yep. There are a lot of great ultimate for Valentina to copy this game. Right? You got Franco's ultimate, you got Novara's ultimate. All of those are game-changing in a lot of ways, right? One's for vision, one's for straight-up single suppression. And you already have Kaja. That means you have double suppression actually from PDK if you get Franco's ultimate. So last pick is going to be a Contra Uranus. Are we going to potentially see Dyroth?
Well, I think Dyroth might be good, but it's a little bit risky because BTK, they don't have that true front line. The Martis and the Kaja, they still don't have that, you know, complete sustain there. But you know what I think a good pick is? The Yu Zhong might be coming out. The Black Dragon comes through, and I know it does quite well against the Uranus matchup, and it had that recent update. it might be the hero that we're looking for here.
Look, I'm going to throw a hero out there just because I really want to see it. I want to see the Esmeralda, but it's banned out, so it's not going to happen. So the Yuzong could be a possible option. He did get a little bit of so it could work out, and there it goes, Mr. Yue IQ in the drafting.
Yes, sir. The Yuzong did come out, and honestly, it does well in lane with Uranus. Uranus wants to kind of poke out the lane opponents, but the Yuzong is able to kind of get the stacks going and sustain against that. Now, Avalon has a traditional front to back. They love to play that, and honestly, that fits their playstyle. Last game, they had the Fredrin, and they had that priority. This time, they're going to take that once again. BTK, though, on the other hand, it is a traditional front to back. They have the Flicker pool coming out from Kaja, but the Yuzong might be that wildcard difference. Black Dragon form with the immune CC, he kind of just walks straight through the back, making sure that they could get the Beatrix and zoning out the Navaria.
All right, the draft has finished. It's game point to Avalon before our reigning champ got taken out, eliminated from the entire tournament. Do they have what it takes right now to actually take on this champ? Ladies and gentlemen, the second match between BTK and Avalon. Let me hear the hype one more time.
That's right, the crowd goes wild as we are jumping into game number 2 of the loser bracket finals. Match point for Avalon against BTK.
Now, this is kind of the match that we like Mobazane on. You know, he had that Lancelot last match. It was kind of flashy. He did have the early game advantage, but this time around, he's definitely on something that we've seen quite well. Cold World already being a little bit annoying, making sure that he can kind of get the vision or force the retribution. But on the other hand, BTK, they choose to put the mage onto that XP, getting that level 2, and Promise already kind of doing a little bit of a freeze there.
Yeah, a little bit of a freeze, but this is going to be a little different from what we've seen in game number 1, especially with Mobazane running on this March as paired with Yato on the Valentina. That's pretty much anti-invade. I'm not expecting Avalon to rush in there, but wait a second. A steal, the purple buff going to BTK. That's going to delay the jungle for Tarzan.
Yeah, that pretty much means that BTK should have the early advantage on these neutral objective. The Kaja, once again, with that first skill and the passive, he's able to kind of steal away buffs, you know, with a very, very quick burst. So being able to do that is going to delay Avalon quite a lot.
Yeah, speaking of delays, here goes the battle. That's not a delay at all. Both of them some early aggression, but Chicken, I swear, every single time you watch him play on the roam, he just gets better and better, right? Already taking purple buffs within the first minute of the game.
Yeah, he's walking through with the quantum charge, so definitely whenever he does end up using that auto attack just like this, he steals away a camp and he walks away safely and regains a little bit of HP. The quantum charge has been a spell used by a lot of different people, the junglers, even you can see the Fredrin using it. Marksman is kind of very traditional, everyone uses it, and even the Yuzong now, so the Black Dragon form coming in, he gets that auto attack off, and he's going to be able to run away with a little bit of movement speed.
Now, what we seen in first game, right? We saw Avalon take the first neutral objectives, take the Lord, and also claim the first turret. BTK, they need to have a nice and early start. Was it a fluke? Was it just Mobazane running on the Lancelot, or a bad game in general? But this time around, hey, they have a second chance. Avalon's sitting at match point. They gotta get this victory if they want to move forward. BTK, they're possibly going to rev up. So Flicker in, Suppression, Divine Judgment on the Demon, forcing him to flicker away. You're going to see the Astral Echo go down, basic with the Nibiru's Passion, torn apart memories from ISO. Drawing first blood, takes out Demon.
Yeah, that's quite a huge first blood. It's kind of like a mirror matchup that they had before early on in the very first series. Avalon was able to grab with that turtle, and you saw Cold Ward, Flicker, and Divine Judgment, one of the heroes. And this time around, it's Chicken hiding in the bush, doing the same exact thing back. So both of these teams are using that Flicker and Divine Judgment off the cooldown.
Yeah, Blade of Heptasis being picked up from ISO. Nice and early invasion on to Tarzan's buff. Some revenge from game 1 against Mobazane. Speaking of Zane, finds Tarzan with the decimation. 2 kills left unanswered in favor for BTK.
Oh man, and we love to see that Martis animation every single time he does get that kill with the decimation. He kind of runs like a little ninja with the 2 hands on the back, you know. And honestly, right now, Mobazane, he has the early advantage lead. The items on the board, definitely, you see that Blade of Heptasis already completed with that Brody, so there's definitely going to be kill pressure onto that boss side. Basic has to be careful because Beatrix, it just takes a little bit more time to scale.
Yeah, and ISO already off to a good start. Got his first kill super early, which will give him a slight advantage, especially up against Basic, right? Speaking of gold advantage, a lot of pressure from both sides. Trying to focus on the gold lane. Oh my goodness, the Iron Hook did connect, but Zane with the anti-CC able to get out of it.
Yeah, Zane's definitely sharp in this. He did see the Franco down there too, so it might have just been a little bit of bait. He's looking to kind of close in on the spot side, and there goes the Bloody Hunt. He's going to be able to take that.
Oh, 2 hooks in a row from Cold World, and the Nibiru's passion from Basic. Finds Yato, takes him down. Mid laner falling for BTK. Chicken getting out of there very low.
Wow, that's not a lot of damage coming in from ISO. It kind of just means that, hey, BTK, they have 4 physical damage. They have the Yuzong onto that far side. So definitely Avalon is looking to build a lot of physical resistance early on. So, you know, that torn apart memory, it didn't do so much onto that Cold World. Maybe BTK, they have to look for a different priority target.
A snipe onto Zane. Demon on point alongside Cold World with these iron hooks so far. Definitely going to have to watch out for that as this turtle spawns in. Now, last game, we've seen Avalon take all the first neutral objectives, but looks like it's not going to be the same thing twice, right? BTK definitely giving them a challenge. Mobazane picking up that first kill alongside ISO will kind of help them spearhead the way to taking advantage of the early game.
And both of these teams have the suppressions on the board. Cold World with that Bloody Hunt and also Divine Judgment coming out from Chicken, but both of them are on cooldown right now, so I think both teams are going to look to kind of pull the turtle, delay the fights, and making sure that they can get the pick off before they really go for this neutral objective.
Yeah, speaking of objectives, you can see BTK already taking control of the turtle pit, wasting no time. And there it goes. Zane will get that retribution off, which will give BTK an XP advantage for the early phase.
I feel like they're trying to let the Navaria scale for the side of Avalon. They want to make sure the Navaria can clear these waves. They're not really looking to engage so quickly because Navaria, you know, she doesn't have the CC. She doesn't have the early game advantage where she could take a Bloody Hunt just like Valentina or take, you know, any ultimates right there. So the Navaria definitely needs a lot more time to scale in. And right now, Avalon's kind of doing a great job. They're still behind in gold, but at the same time, they're still getting all the farms necessary and protecting that Beatrix on the bot side.
No turrets have fallen so far, but 2 turtles for the Bloodthirsty Kings. They're already leading by 1,200 gold. The invasion onto the orange buff on Mobazane, but hey, he's running the March just now, so it may not be the same story. Look at the Mortal Coils for the double set on the Promise, on the Tarzan. Speaking of sets, T-Russian in with the dive and the Black Dragon. Onto Tarzan, getting that Shaw Essence will drop down on him as well, but Tarzan able to dash through the wall.
Yeah, that's going to be a Black Dragon form. That's going to be unavailable for the next objective, so that's definitely a win.
My goodness, Iron Hook connecting on a Chicken. Bloody Hunt as well, and Basic. Nabir's passion takes him down.
Ooh, are we seeing a little bit of an uprising revolt coming out from Avalon right here? They're definitely coming out with a burst of energy, making sure that they can get onto this set. But ISO
is going to rush in. Torn apart memories on a Basic. Very low. Now the Iron Hook, the counterplay, the punish, the low HP, and the Praise's Wrath from Tarzan secures the kill.
A lot of misplay, uncharacteristic plays coming out from BTK. It almost feels like they're slightly desperate, trying to make sure that they can make a play here and there. Mobazane, he definitely has to calm down his team, making sure that he can get some sort of advantage, maybe less of a 50-50 fight, trying to secure pickoffs, using that Divine Judgment and Flicker off the cooldown, because right now they definitely have to find the momentum back.
Yeah, and need to find some turrets. Right now, nothing has fallen, so it's still in anybody's favor. Blade of Despair picked up from Basic. We'll have a lot of physical damage on the way for the next engagement as the turtle spawns in.
Yeah, but look at Fredrin's position. He's still choosing not to engage on this objective. And very smartly, Tarzan is on the opposite side. The Retribution does get used.
Ooh, the CC forcing the Black Dragon out of T, especially with that Lord being in. And there it goes. Mobazane, yet again, third turtle picked up from BTK. ISO finding Basic, takes down the marksman for Avalon. It is currently tied up 3-3 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, once again, Chicken uses that Flicker and Divine Judgment off of the cooldown. He has 3 assists and he's just going to get more. That's the thing about Kaja. Once you have both of those spells, it's almost a guaranteed kill. And look at Demon right here. He's trying to get to the tower.
Yeah, Chicken, though, with the good zoners, the proxy of the lane, opening up the map for the Bloodthirsty Kings as ISO claims the first turret.
Yeah, earlier on, Avalon did end up getting the first tower, so this is going to be good news for BTK, but they still have a long way to go. The momentum on Avalon's side right now is just a little bit too much. Even when they're down, they're looking to invade, and right now they're in a situation where they're actually still down, but I feel like they're still going to try and go very aggressive.
Yeah, and speaking of aggressive, 1v1 matchup, Promise versus T. T very low, shot assistant, but the Flicker from Promise draws the kill, but look at ISO wrapping around. Corrosion Strike onto the minion. Needs a torn apart memories. Here it goes. Down goes Promise. That is a 1-for-1 trade.
It's a 1-for-1 trade. Promise did get that solo kill, but here's the thing. 4 of the members rotated up onto the top side, got all of the assists, and a tower did end up falling. So that's a 1-for-1 in towers, but BTK is still going to be up in gold.
Make that 1 for 2 is another turret falling. That is BTK having the map advantage, right? It's 2-1 so far in terms of turrets. 3 turtles for the Bloodthirsty Kings, but you know what? The mid has still not been touched. That's really what's going to open up the map for both of these sides, and you can already see the teams providing that pressure.
Yeah, both teams are hiding in. This is kind of where Novaria is going to start shining. We go into that 9-minute mark. Probably 2 of the items are going to be finished up. The Clock of Destiny with the flicker play.
From Chicken on a Cold World. Will pulling back with the Divine Judgment. T with the Black Dragon. Will now drop down. No worries. Yato secures the kill, and T wrapping around, providing that vision.
I just noticed BTK, they have 2 suppressions available, so they could go for 2 different pickoffs. The Bloody Hunt coming out from IMU, from Yato, and also Chicken with the Divine Judgment. So BTK definitely have a lot of resources to pin down and single out individual targets for ISO to kind of free hits and making sure they can get these objectives.
Speaking of individual targets, turret on the top side, left unchecked, and Promise will take it down. It is now 2-2 in terms of turrets, but now the battle on the Lord Pit on the way. Tarzan, huge appraiser's wrath onto the full team of BTK. The Astro Echo in, Furious Dive, the knock-up. Chicken finds basic suppression down onto Chicken from Demon. Is going to go ahead and secure that kill. And now the Lord at about 45% HP. Mobazane, he has the Retribution, but he does not have the numbers. Cold World zoning him out alongside Promise. Makes his way back to the mid lane, and Tarzan in position for Retribution. Zane very low, needs to get out of there. Mortar coils. Promise almost securing the kill. Yato finds Cold World. Promise in the mid lane. T, Yato, ISO, all in position. There goes the Black Dragon. Look at the Lord, 25% HP. T finds Promise. May drop down onto Tarzan, but no! It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a Retribution, and Tarzan swinging in the jungle.
Tarzan did end up getting that Lord, and honestly, even with 2 of the members fallen, Cold World and Promise, they're still able to get that Retribution down. That's going to be good news coming out from Avalon. They're able to get that Lord and that kind of swift the momentum on that first game, and they're continuing to do the same. You see a lot of this. Ooh, basic.
Very low, but hey, he's going to be able to get out of there. A very close call. I mean, he's currently sitting at 2-2-1. ISO leading so far in terms of the marksmans with the KDA. Pressure in the mid lane, no. Praiser's wrath down. Chicken will be able to get out of there, but has to burn the flicker.
Yeah, that's a defensive flicker being burned by Chicken. That is going to smell bad news for the side of BTK. Chicken needs to have that flicker to be able to get onto that Beatrix or even the Navaria. Navaria's only had 1 death. Tarzan has done so well in this game. BTK has to make sure that they're using these resources offensively.
Yeah, and speaking of offensively, Avalon on the punish with the Lord. Promise will claim another turret on the bottom side. He's just been all over the map, opening it up for Avalon, and now Bleeding Blue.
Yeah, Bleeding Blue, the conceal play does get popped. Avalon looking to push forward even more. They're able to grab up this mid tower, looking to go for that top side, and Avalon grouped up quite well. They're just having the strong lead, and I feel like the Navaria has been doing so much work. He's making sure he can hit onto that backside, and also the Franco. Those iron hooks, man, Weezy, he's definitely been hitting.
And speaking of hitting, Avalon just providing that pressure. Even though they're down in kills, they're leading so far overall, right? They put BTK on the back end, sitting with only their inhibitors and a base crystal. And not only that, it's match point.
Yeah, but ISO, if you take a look at the gold, he does have a 500 gold lead. He's still sitting at a 3-1-2. So BTK, they still have the ability to kind of turn things around, but without the map pressure, that might smell a tough situation. They got to get Chicken onto the priority targets once again, or hey, even group up, go for that Uranus on the bot side, and I think they might sneak and try to do that right now.
Yeah, and now BTK, they just got to play a little bit more passively, but look at their comfortability right there. They're so far into the jungle. Suppression on the Promise to Terrify. Wait a minute! He was able to bait out all of that utility, high IQ play. This is the time for Avalon to punish. Astro Echo in, connecting to 4 members of BTK. There goes Tarzan trying to catch T. The slow, look at the damage from the Navaria, and BTK forced back into the base.
Yeah, BTK definitely has to choose to disengage, but Cold World on the side. He does pop that conceal play, but Avalon kind of looking to see if they could catch a little bit more. The Lord is coming up in 25 seconds, so BTK is still not out of this yet. All the members are full. They're looking to rotate onto that Lord side, but hey, you see that Uranus push? That's why they picked that hero up. He is so annoying. We saw it earlier when they were taking up the neutral objectives. He was pushing onto the top side, and now he's doing the same thing on the bot.
Hey, I like to say pressure bursts pipes, and it also makes diamonds. Right now, Avalon's making some diamonds. Maybe going to go ahead and cash out on a skin with their performance today. Mobazane, though, trying to still fight it out with BTK. Now, if any team can turn this around, it's definitely the reigning champs.
And honestly, BTK, they have a very team fight oriented composition. They can't really deal with the split pressure coming out from Uranus. They have a Yuzong, and Yuzong has to full send it. And look at the conceal play. Chicken
is going to go in with the Divine Judgment on the Cold World. Make it or break it. Yato very low. Black Dragon from T. Zane at 50% HP. The taunt goes in. Zane trying to front line. Now keep in mind, he is running this Martis, so it can get a little tricky for Avalon, right? As soon as they're low HP, there goes the decimation. The additional damage that Zane is looking for. Astro Echo from afar. And it looks like Avalon has taken control of the Lord Pit.
Avalon's definitely going to be taking control of the Lord Pit here. You can see a lot of the spells being burnt out from both sides, but here's the thing. The Black Dragon form, the cooldown is just way too long. The Divine Judgment is also the same, and the Bloody Hunt coming out from Franco, it's still there.
Yeah, it's definitely still there. Suppression on both sides of the table, but the Lord, Avalon getting what they came for in the lead so far for this game. Match point versus BTK.
Yeah, right here, BTK, they still have to find the priority targets. And right there, Basic and Demon for me are definitely going to be the go-to targets. They're the highest damage dealers in the game, but it's so hard to reach onto that backside when you're going against something like the Uranus, the Franco, the Fredrin. So BTK, they have to be careful. Maybe get Mobazane in the front, tank 1 or 2 ultimates, get the Black Dragon coming in from the side and making sure the Divine Judgment comes in with that flicker, and Chicken has those spells available here.
And the reigning champs, BTK, trying to hold their spots. Avalon on the push, trying to change history and take down the #2 for the NACT fall season, the #1 for the last season. T hovering around with the Black Dragon Lord, crashing into the inhibitor turret for top side. Astro Echo going out from Demon, hitting BTK. Mobazane finds Tarzan. That is one member falling for Avalon for the Iron Hook. The suppression, the Bloody Hunt, and Demon taking down Chicken. 1-for-1 trade.
Man, and Cold World is the new guy that's coming in, so he's definitely making a lot of impact in this series. And right now, they're pushing onto BTK's base. The towers are falling. The Beatrix is just a little bit too much to handle. Basic, definitely on his bread and butter. Push that mid-side tower, looking for the bot side now.
Yeah, Avalon, sharks in the water, smelling blood. BTK bleeding out. The Bloodthirsty Kings at that. Trying to hold off, trying to remain with the title as the champions of North America. Avalon giving them the greatest challenge yet.
Yeah, the Wolves' Claws are just a little bit too much to handle. The Retribution does come out. Mobazane choosing to back off a little bit. They have to clear this way, but this is the last tower that they have.
Furious Passion going out from Basic. Zane needing to go back and get some regen. They do have the minions sync, but hey, it's a very aggressive push. Speaking of aggression, T looking like Superman out there with the Black Dragon, forcing Avalon out of BTK's base.
Well, BTK right now, they definitely have to kind of wait up. The Lord is going to be spawning in 60 seconds, so just trying to make sure they can get a lane clear on these waves. We're heading into a 16-minute mark, so the gold lead doesn't make too much of a difference. The kills are only 6 tonight here.
5-man Astro Echo, suppression in with the Iron Hook on Mobazane, the king of the jungle. Basic Furious Passion from afar. Fried Chicken trying to frontline. Ring of Order goes out. The taunt, though, may be too much to handle, especially with that Fredrin and the Energy Eruption. One inhibitor left standing, and that may not be able to stand for much longer as Basic is going to burst it down. The full base has been open for the Bloodthirsty Kings.
Avalon definitely looking to push forward onto this game. And once again, when the base towers are all completely gone, the opportunity that BTK has are just going to slim down so much more. When the Lord Dance do happen, and I know Avalon loves to do the Lord Dance, they're going to have a lot of trouble. And Avalon, actually, Basic, he loves to do the banana split. He loves to go forward. He loves to go for kind of, the backdoor plays. And, we might be seeing that happen in this game. But BTK, they definitely have a team fight-oriented comp. They still have the ability to come back, especially with the Black Dragon form and the Divine Judgment. But honestly, right now, Avalon, it just seems like the momentum is too much to handle.
Too much to handle. A little NACT slogan out there, my fight, my moment over there. This is definitely BTK's chance to turn this around, right? The Lord has spawned in. They do have a full team. If they lose this objective, Avalon may be able to close this out. There's no more inhibitor standing.
Yeah, there's definitely no more inhibitors standing. As you can see, the one that is clearing the lane is going to be ISO, and that's a lot of damage out of BTK that they don't have for these team fights. So to be putting ISO onto that position, you're going to see the Uranus. He's going to clear the lanes, and they're just going to go for the fights.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, take your seats, buckle up, because there's going to be a lot of turbulence on this flight, as you are seeing BTK trying to hold him off, trying to rush into the Lord as it did get evolved. Here it goes, Basic very low. That's the marksman for Avalon. He needs to get out of there, but Yato will take him down. Huge play for BTK. Everybody fighting it out. ISO finds one, gets Demon. Tarzan very low, Furious dive from T on the chase. Tarzan forced out. He does have the retribution. Chicken not gonna let him go. Ringo order for the slow. BTK has turned this around. They found the marksman. They found the demon. Both backlines down for Avalon. This will be a chance for them to claim this Lord or close this game out, as Tarzan Immortality has been proc. Chicken, Yato, ISO, a diamond formation will be able to burst them out. And look at the Lord, Zayn in position, the king of the jungles, the leader for North America, and the reigning champs are now going to be able to claim this Lord uncontested.
A huge play coming out from T and Fried Chicken right there, able to get onto Basic, and that was a priority target that they need. Basic did end up getting away with the sliver of health with that flicker, but Yato was just too close. He closed that gap, making sure he could get that last hit, and it pushed BTK onto a winning team fight. And now with the Lord marching down, I feel like it's going to be going onto that bot side. They have an advantage to kind of just sink these waves right here. The items on the board, everyone is full build, but I like to see a little bit more immortality. BTK especially, they need a little bit of late game insurance. Maybe we'll see a little quick sell coming out from these people.
That's right, and this is what BTK needed, right? Their backs were against the wall, and hey, they're the reigning champs for a reason, and now they are leading by having this Luminous Lord, right? We're in the late game. This is 20 minutes in. The respawn timers are way too high to really even deal with, and with the Luminous Lord in their favor, they're known to be able to close it out.
Yeah, so BTK definitely, as the regaining champs right here, they are going to try and push. The conceal plate does happen to 4-man death ball onto that top side, 5-man, and the Lord is marching down on the far side, so BTK definitely looking to get some real estate here. They grabbed up that top tower, and they're going for that mid.
Hey, I know everybody's at the edge of their seats right now. Me and Yue literally standing up with this anticipation on what's going to happen, right? BTK, if they lose this, Avalon will move forward onto the grand finals. But if they win, we will be going to a game number 3 in the loser bracket finals as BTK pushing through the mid lane.
Yeah, but it's definitely still going to be a close series. They're able to clear onto that mid side, so no towers are going to fall. Additionally, for the side of Avalon, the Lord is coming down. So definitely, BTK, they're looking to grab up that next objective. With this Luminous Lord coming down here, it's definitely going to crash.
So it's going to be a hard one to do. The lanes aren't synced, but the Lord will possibly open up the base. But a huge play to Terrify on the Cold World. You are going to see the Lord to go ahead and take down the turret. Mobazane, killing spree activated, finds Cobra, and the abuse pass from Basic. Astro Echo connected to the full team of BTK. Wait a second. Did Avalon turn this around? They did lose a member, but they're forced BTK out. Appraiseless Wrath. The abuse passion not hitting the mark. BTK now on the run. You are going to see the energy eruption possibly on the way from Tarzan, but now he needs to get out. He's the jungler, right? He has the retribution, but the Lord won't spawn for the next 60 seconds. This is a stalemate, Yue, right? Over 20 minutes, anybody's match.
It's a stalemate indeed, but BTK, once again, they still have all their towers on the inhibitor, but looking to push the mid side.
Yeah, ISO will be able to clear that up. And now leaving Avalon with their inhibitor suppression in on the Tarzan, the Petrify on the dive, Astro Echo in. Tarzan still alive, 25 memories from ISO to change that. Unstoppable, able to take him down. Mobazane though, does full Basic, takes him out. Demon, Fried Chicken, ISO falls. Promise, getting the kill. T very low, the Rico. Yato, they don't know he's in the bush. Yes, they do. Demon flickers away. Yato trying to chase, but Promise on his tail will be able to take him down. Demon secures the kill. T by himself, back at the base. My goodness, Yue, Avalon full sending it, pushing through against the reigning champs of the North American Challenger Tournament fall season. And will they be able to close it out? Black Dragon, last resort. T hovering around, trying to fight it off, trying to maintain that crown. Minions are in play. Avalon, one member to go through. Immortality has been procced. T very low. Winter Truncheon, he bought it. Suppression. Big brain plays, but not enough against Avalon. A full wipeout against BTK. And there it goes. Minions in the mid lane. Avalon full sending it. 4-man team. 1, 2, 3. That is all you did. Able to take down the Bloodthirsty Kings. A clean sweep.
BTK, the regaining champions, did end up falling. Congratulations to Avalon, the hugest upset so far in this grand finals series. The exciting matches coming through. Avalon definitely did their homework this time around. It was a 2-0 streak against them the first time, and now they completely regained the momentum and completely swept the Kings.
I'll tell you what, I'm trying to regain my momentum, trying to breathe after that crazy performance, man. Avalon. Last night, hey, they definitely did their homework, right? We've seen them get nothing but sweeps against BTK. That's just been dominating against them the entire season. But last night, I don't know what they did, but they have flipped the script.
we definitely have to find out what they did, because if we get that momentum in a ranked game, we should be winning a lot. But this is about the grand final series, and Avalon, now they're going to be moving on to the next stage, going against TOB. This is a team that hasn't done so well against these top 2 teams, and to be able to get the victory here, that is so huge for Avalon.
Yeah, definitely the momentum is pumping right now for Avalon, and the audience is just going wild. Who would have thought this would have happened? The number 3 taking down the number 2 for the NACT fall season.
Oh my God. You heard the crowd, right? You know what's up? This is insane. I'm speechless. I still try to organize my thoughts, but Avalon has done the impossible, right? It's literally, whatever watching, it seemed like BTK had a chance. It seemed like they were grabbing onto the chance really tight. And then Basic's like, nope, that's not gonna happen. It's ending right here and right now.
And honestly, the leadership coming out from Basic, I know he's the one that kind of put together the roster, definitely pushed ahead. The scoreboard is going to be 11-14, but Avalon is the one that takes this 22-game victory, and we have to give it to kind of the Demon. 4-2-5, the positive KDA, he was able to clear the waves when BTK was trying to push onto that mid-side tower, and that's going to be kind of it. And also, Cold World, we saw the Iron Hooks early on. He was able to get a lot of impactful play, and to be the wild card in this 5-man roster, that's huge.
And hey, it wasn't the easiest battle. Definitely wasn't a one-sided story, right? We're talking about a 22-minute game, 11-14. There was a time where Avalon had the advantage, and then BTK turned it around. But then, once it gets to that late game, hey, anything can happen, especially with those respawn timers. Hey, there it goes. Speaking of timers, a little bit of a blast from the past. Both teams fighting it out, and one of the best series we've had so far in the playoffs is Demon taking down Chicken, Avalon pushing through. Now on the other side, BTK is some of their highlight moments.
Oh my goodness. Dude, I'm overwhelmed by emotions right now. Like, I literally still don't know what to say. Forget about the game for a second. There's so many highlights. This is the play that turned everything around, right? BTK had the opportunity. Look at Promise. BTK really had the opportunity. It's like yesterday when BTK was going against TOB when we could have gone to a game 3. BTK lost everything in one fight. This is it. This is the same thing. History repeated itself again, right? Like, they had the opportunity, and it just, everything turned around when they overstayed their welcome just a little bit.
And we talked about Demon early on. He was a silent assassin on the mage. He had the Navaria pick, but right here, 42% damage dealt. And Tarzan, also 20%, just as much as the marksman. And he's building all tank, right? So this, you know, the stats honestly are pretty even throughout the game. BTK, they were holding on to kind of like a small goal lead in the beginning, but just seemed like Avalon was just more favorable in these fights. Their draft was just a little bit better, and everything just worked in their favor.
Yeah, definitely one of the spiciest games we've had so far, man. We didn't know which way it was going to go. A lot of emotions, not only in the crowd, but for us on the desk as well. I mean, I'm speechless, just like you said as well. We just don't know what's going to happen now. This means that Avalon's going to be going up against the TheOhioBrothers.
Oh my God, Avalon versus the TheOhioBrothers, a match that few of us actually foreseen in. I mean, now everybody who voted for TOB, who voted for BTK, which is, hey.
Me.
See?
And me.
Gosh, what a series from Team Avalon. You gotta give all the boys shout out for what they have achieved on the stage. They've proven it impossible. Obviously, they were going through a little bit of trouble towards the later stages of NACT regular season, but come to the playoff, you know, what was that? You know, where was this all coming from? We're just hid, we're just like hiding. But guys, I think everybody we cannot tell you more, you know, how awesome that match was, but we have our MVP ready. It is going to be Mr. Basic. Let's take a look at his stats.
Yeah, Basic coming in with the Beatrix. Once again, he had the MVP yesterday with the Beatrix plays, and he has it again today. So that's definitely going to be a hero that TOB may not want to give. Now, the stats don't look too pretty, 2-3-1, 3-3-5, but it definitely tells that Avalon is going to be macro-oriented. They really like to push for the objectives, making sure that Basic is going to be good, winning just small and very important skirmishes onto that late game, and it kind of brings a lot of like the Asian type of games. The MPLs over there, the kill scores are really, really low, and they're just making sure that they can get the macros and the objective setups.
That's right. One small step for Basic, one huge leap for Avalon as we're looking at the heat map, 22-35 second game. look at it. In the mid lane, majority of it, a little bit of invasion on that bottom side toward that orange buff, and Basic, he's just been known to dominate in the gold lane.
Oh my god. Yeah, look at it. You know, this team map is actually quite interesting. 22-minute game. Avalon on the bottom side, they were defending their red buff a little bit because early game, even early game actually, Avalon was running into trouble, right, with the buff stolen and everything. So how they actually turn the entire game around, is still able to carry. I think all come down to the last team fight with a quick thinking from Basic to take down Zayn, and the team was helping Zayn, and unfortunately he was, you know, just not able to survive. But guys, we have our MVP on stage with our wonderful host Liz. Let's go take a look.
You are right, Dave. I'm here with Basic. Basic, I feel like I just had you here literally yesterday, but congratulations with the series. How does it feel to defeat the reigning champs of BTK?
We know that we're gonna win because they were too focused on TOB, so we're kind of confident to go up against them because we know they don't really care about us that much because they think that we're an easy win. So you know that kind of helps us.
You guys weren't lying when you said you had good scrims yesterday. So you've been preparing for this, and coming on stage today, you guys knew that you can take this series away from BTK, right?
Yes.
And for you, Basic, you're here twice this far. How do you feel about the next match against TOB?
Just same energy, I guess. You know, right now we just came from winning. Even though we're kind of tired from that, I think we can still, you know, go on.
And I think so too. You guys built up the momentum, and you guys made BTK cry. Congratulations to Avalon. The next series will be on the way. So everybody, this is Basic, the 2x MVP for the playoff stage. And the future will hold for you now. Everybody, after a short break, you know what the vibes is. It's G4 time, Gosu time, so do not go anywhere. We're gonna come back in after a short break.
Could be huge, but it looks like could be another kill.
Yeah, Praisers wrap onto Marcuti, ends his hopes.
In the world of esports, every battle is a chance to prove oneself. Every moment holds the potential for greatness. It's not just about winning, but the spirit of competition that drives us forward. NACT 2023 Fall Season is where dreams are realized, where champions are crowned, and where legends are made. In the arena, we face our rivals head-on with unwavering focus and unwavering resolve. We leave no stone unturned, no opportunity wasted. Together, we create moments that will be etched in history. We inspire, we innovate, and we forge new paths towards glory. NACT 2023 Fall Season. My fight, my moment. Welcome to a journey through time as we delve into the transformative milestones of North American Challenger Tournament, NACT. Our story begins on April 11th, 2022, when the North America Community Tournament was officially renamed to North America Challenger Tournament. The official NA YouTube channel was also introduced, and Team A77 claimed the title of champion for the season. Fast forward to August 7th, 2022, and NACT evolved into an officially organized North American regional event. The tournament spanned 13 days of thrilling online broadcasts, with Team First Blood triumphantly seizing the championship. As we moved into the fall of 2022, the first ever offline grand final was held, taking the tournament to a whole new level. This landmark event took place in Las Vegas, USA, creating an unforgettable live experience for all the fans and competitors. The NACT trophy was unveiled, and the championship title went to the Valley. They also represented North America in the M4, finishing in an impressive 6th place. It was a remarkable moment, as it marked the start of a new era for NACT. By February 2023, the NACT spring season was underway. The offline finals took place on May 14th at the HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. Our Livestream page was a sensation, reaching number 36 on YouTube's trending list. Gerald Solomon, the head of the North American Esports Association, was in attendance. BloodThirstyKings, who will represent the United States in the IESF. This has been a brief look at the significant milestones of NACT, charting its growth, evolution, and the challenges conquered along the way. Stay tuned as we continue to make esports history.
The upcoming tournament for NACT Fall. This is Mara Aquino wishing you guys luck, and I hope you guys do so well and you go to Philippines for the upcoming M5 World Championship. And you never know, it might be you that I announce as the winner.
Hi, I'm Gideon Q. I'm from Malaysia. I'm a talent as well as a caster for a majority of the MLBB tournaments that you may see internationally. Good luck to all the teams who are coming in for NACT Fall season. I can't wait to see potentially new talents coming out from North America. Obviously, we love the old, but some new ones would be great to see how the community is going to continue to grow, and especially when we're looking at the top 1%, good luck to all of you guys, and especially those who are prepared to deal with a giant crowd when you start flying over for the international. Good luck, everybody.
Wait. Hi everyone, I'm Eterna. How are you guys doing? I just want to say a few good words here. I've been very excited to see you guys grow. It's so great to see how things have developed over the seasons, over the years. I hope it gets bigger. I hope you guys have more to say on the international scene. And I heard you guys are coming to ISF, so that's super great. Can't wait to see you guys there. Can't wait to see you guys rock the, LBB scene.
Hey guys, my name's Tefel, and here's the thing, we watch NACT Grand Finals, and if that shows anything about how NACT is as a region, you know what? I can't wait for it. I hope NACT falls. All of you guys will do good, because at M5, we gotta see a surprise, man. I can't wait to see NAs in M5.
What's up guys, I'm Mirko, Indonesian caster. Right now, casting for MSC. I'm eating. They told me to do this. It's all good. NACT is gonna be insane, all right? You know who I'm rooting for. I'm wearing their colors, BTK all the way, all right? So yeah, BTK. Support M5 BTK.
I think everybody hinted there's going to be a special guest that's joining us today. We're already joined by a beautiful Liz. But Liz, who is our special guest?
Well, you know the vibes, everybody. It's Gosu time!
Gosu time! What about G4's Gosu General? Let's go! How you doing, Jen?
Good. How are you? How are your day?
Doing fantastic. How's your day?
My day is good also. How about you?
Decent. Not as good. I say it's better now I'm seeing you.
Dave is so speechless from the last match.
What do you think about last match, by the way?
It was so exciting. Like actually, I actually glad to see everyone in here real stage. And then what can I say? It was just amazing, guys, right?
Yeah, it was. Okay, so what is some special moment that caught your attention specifically from last match that, you know, what do you think? Now, Avalon beat BTK. Is that something that you expected?
Yes, not expected. And I think I saw I don't know about everyone, but I saw the Tarzan's will. And then every time he used the third skill on the time and to save the team and save his what's that? His life? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, there was a great moment, and probably the last match, the hook was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Liz?
Well, I'm just speechless seeing General here. And General, a spicy question would be, seeing that last match, who do you think is going to take the grand finals home today?
Should I speak?
Goes to who?
It's okay.
Okay, goes to.
Goes to who?
Okay. Goes to. Oh, this is a hard question.
Yeah, let me put it like this, right? You have a lot of ex-teammates now playing on stage for the next match, right?
Both teams.
Yes. So is there anything you want to say to all of them?
Okay. First of all, glad to see you guys are all here. And then, I think I'm nervous. What can I say?
Jen is nervous because, like our last interview, you said you were lonely, but here, when you're with all the fans, are you still feeling lonely, Jen?
I don't feel lonely. I'm very, very thankful to you guys and glad to see you guys all. And then hopefully I can see you in real next time too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So if you're in the audience, make sure, if you're watching it live, make sure hit the like button, share the stream for G4. That's right. Now, I actually got one more question. Have you had lunch?
No.
No? Are you hungry?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, okay. You're just excited to be here?
Sure.
Okay, all right. You know what? We got some special giveaway because Jen didn't just come alone. He brought some gifts.
Absolutely. General brought us some merch for all the live audiences. So, a giveaway coming at your door. All the exclusive merch brought to you by NA's very own Gosu General. So, General, how this is going to work is I need to give me a number between 1 to 72. What is your favorite number?
Everyone know what I'm going to choose. 69!
Oh, I knew it!
All right, 69. I'm going to look for my list, okay? It's going to be Savon Luna. Is Luna in the audience?
Luna!
Where's Luna at?
69 goes to General's favorite number.
Let me get Luna's friend, actually. I know Luna is in the audience. Somebody come up. Now, obviously, okay, Jen, we need another number while we're waiting for Luna. Now, because there are
Looks
two
like 69
winners.
ain't happening tonight.
True. All right, give me a second favorite number.
Number 4, G4.
Oh, that's pretty good. Number 4 is going to be Booyaka. Are you in attendance right now? Booyaka, you only got 5 seconds.
4,
3, 2. Okay, you missed your chance. All right, I need another lucky number.
24, another 4.
Another 4? Okay, 24 is going to be Levy. Levy, are you in attendance? Levy?
Do we have a Levy in the...
Oh, there he is.
There we go. Come up on stage.
All right, sprint on the stage, Levy. Watch your steps. Let's go. We got Levy. Levy, please. Oh, there we go. Congratulations. Woo! Now, we have another one. Now, obviously, this is for Luna, but Luna's not here. Is there a friend from Luna who's picking it up? No? Okay, we're picking a number. Oh, there it is. It's going to be Hyder in represent. I like your hat, by the way. All right, congratulations. Woo! All right, that's gonna conclude for our giveaway. Jen, did you get some merch today?
Not yet. Sorry about that, everyone.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. I mean, we need to give you some merch. He's giving away all the merch to you guys. Now, guys, obviously, this is just for the live audience. We also have some special gift from General himself to all the live audience for watching at home. On screen right now is 60 giveaway codes for some exclusive skins. Make sure.
Skin.
Yeah, that is right. Whoa, my God, that's a.
That's an expensive giveaway, Jen. Oh my goodness, I want to join.
Perhaps some Go fast as you can.
Yeah, as fast as you can
60 giveaway codes listed on the screen.
for Lightborn skin. If you
my God.
don't grab it, it's gonna be gone. First come, first serve, okay? So use the link in description right now to get your Lightborn skin. You have all the skin, right, Jen?
Some a little few.
Which is one skin that you don't have and you always wanted?
I think monthly skin, the monthly charging skin.
Oh, like Starlight?
Yeah.
Starlight skin?
No, not Starlight, like just recharging and then this is selling like a 50 or 100 diamonds.
Oh.
The season one.
Why? Because they're not at your level?
I mean, Moonton supporting me a lot, but I can't only buy the things with the
It's a time-limited skin, unfortunately. Some skins, I know Layla's, there was a Blue Spectre skin. You just can't get it anymore. It's like 50, 100 diamonds. But hey, guess what's also important today? It's 7 years anniversary for MLBB Mobile Legends Bang Bang. That's why we got our big star OG Jen here on the stage. We got a special video for you. Don't go anywhere. Let's watch the video.
Get your in-game emote from MLBB. See you all in-game.
Y hay un torneo que lo confirma.
Blacklist kadrosu Incendios'ya karşı oynuyor olacak. Bu heyecanı şu anda yaşıyorlar. Blacklist ciddi ekiplerden.
Mobile Legends Bang Bang ke-7 Happy Anniversary.
Untuk MLBB Mobile Legends.
Selamat ulang tahun yang ke-7 MLBB.
Sétimo aniversario
Feliz sétimo aniversario, Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Feliz sétimo aniversário, Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Mobile Legends, с днем рождения. Тебе сегодня целых 7 лет.
back, and it's 7th year anniversary for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. On the stage, we have another guest join us. Liz, why don't you introduce the guest?
Well, you know when General is here, someone else has to be here. Ex-Gosu member, Gosu Hoon, how does it feel to be on the same stage and see General again?
I missed him.
Aww.
And what else?
Seeing him, he's bigger now.
Bigger? What do you mean by bigger? What are you trying to say here?
Stronger.
Bigger and stronger?
And he looks happy, so yeah, it's really good.
Are you saying happy wife, happy life?
Jen, you got anything to respond to that, General?
Yeah, I was missing him too. And then probably a lot of viewers think about that, like what happened to between me and Hoon, but I feel very comfortable to meet him every time, any time. So, like you guys don't misunderstood each other's, and whenever I just told him badly, that's just kidding, 100%. And then whenever I said a good, that's the 100% compliment too.
You guys should speak Korean, but we won't understand it. But hey, hug! Woo!
Making Mobile Legend history tonight, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, this moment brings me all my fangirl vibes like 5 years ago. If you're telling me I will be standing here and witnessing this moment, I would not believe it. But we are here, guys. 7 years anniversary for Mobile Legends. A new chapter beginning today with Gosu, General, and Gosu. Are you getting emotional, Hoon? You look like you're getting a little emotional with the glasses on. I mean...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... See, this is 7th year anniversary, and all of us has walked with MLBB in North America for quite some time. General, when did you first download the game?
I think 2015.
2015, that's 8 years. That's before MLBB was even created.
I think it was a playing for a deep, I mean...
Like a beta
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that it was just September. It was just September at the beginning, and then season 1 like late about season 1. Yeah. So, yeah.
What about you, Hoon? Do you remember?
Like a few months after he downloaded.
And we don't even know which year General downloaded, but that's very helpful there.
You know, it's interesting because I think we all downloaded about the same time. We have many, many years with the game. Now, Jen, is there anything, obviously you've been with MLB for so long now, been creating a lot of amazing content, you have a lot of fans here. Is there anything you want to tell Mobile Legend Bang Bang or give them any good wishes from you?
Good pardon?
Just give MLBB a good wish. Happy birthday wish.
Oh, happy birthday, MLBB, and hope all you guys have a great days and from start, because you guys saw me.
And for Hoon?
Happy birthday, MLBB. I hope I can be here for 10th anniversary as well.
Aww, that is a great message. Oh my goodness. Hey, but to be honest, we're a lot of fans here actually being with MLBB for so long. This is such an emotional moment for all of us to see the game grow, especially in North America community. I think like our caster was mentioning, we've went from no offline event to offline event, now from 2 different cities, different venues, right? Now I have 4 teams here in Long Beach. Liz, anything you want to say to MLBB?
I mean, the fact that you mentioned that we went from no offline events, my first game that I watched for ML was actually when COVID first started, and I watched a tournament hosted by you where what was your team again? Assassin Esports? Assassin Esports?
We lost to this, guys. We lost to Team Gosu at a time.
And I think that jump-started my trip with Mobile Legends during COVID. I mean, I had the game before that. I would play on my own. But when COVID started and I watched all of my favorite teams on stage right now, that's when my journey with ML really began.
Oh my goodness, such a great moment to have all the OG members on stage. Not all, but we have some of the best for sure. But guys, I think that's about to sum it up for all of us here on the stage. It's a great moment to see finally Jen and Hoon on stage at the same time. Not playing though, maybe sometime playing together in the future. We don't know, right? You know, only future can tell. But we're gonna go ahead and throw it to the desk because they also got something special to say to the game and to our live audience. throw it to the desk.
Yeah, it's definitely been special. It's been a journey, not only for Mobile Legends Bang Bang, 7 years in the making, right? For Gosu General as well, 7 years on his journey. And also, speaking of journeys, the NACT, our third offline venue and our first time in California. Man, that cake up there, that's the first time as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be maybe like a sponge cake or something. I definitely want a piece of that. But talk about that. We saw Gosu General coming up, celebrating the anniversary with us. And, you know, myself, I did end up getting into Gosu for a season. And, you know, it was quite the journey, honestly. A lot of players come through there, a lot of the good, you know, well-known players out there, of course. We have, you know, the best player, Hoon, also Stoner, Zero, they're all here, Basic. So it's kind of quite a good reunion around here.
Yeah, speaking of journey, right? Speaking of players, let's do a little bit of a recap of what we've seen in the weekend so far. Right, as we are looking at all these teams fighting it out. Best player, TOB. This was Area 77, right? Seeing him fight it out. This is the first match of the playoffs. It ended up in a 2-0 sweep in favor for the TheOhioBrothers. Their first step toward earning the spot as a grand finalist. Just look at the flawless execution and the punish in the mid lane.
Yeah, and TOB, honestly, they didn't have the best early game so far, but they definitely took ahead. But this is going to be BTK versus Avalon. They were able to get this victory, 2-0 sweep, especially with that tank jungle Kai, but Avalon definitely had a lot more things to say here.
Yeah, and speaking of BTK, here they go up against TOB. After both of them win their first match in day one, they're fighting it out for who was going to get dropped down into the losers bracket, ultimately leading in favor for the TheOhioBrothers and earning their spot as the first grand finalist.
Yeah, they did earn their spot, but we're definitely going to see them play later against Avalon. That's crazy. You know, the Kings have definitely fallen. They were the reigning champions before, but now they're going to be playing against TOB. So this is going to be, you know, the underdog versus the one that has done so well in tournaments, and this is all leading up to M5.
Yeah, and MPLI as well. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Best out of 7 grand finals for the NACT fall season. TOB versus Avalon coming to you momentarily.
Could be huge, but it looks like could be another kill.
Yeah, Razor's Wrath onto Marcuti ends his hopes.
In the world of esports, every battle is a chance to prove oneself. Every moment holds the potential for greatness. It's not just about winning, but the spirit of competition that drives us forward. NACT 2023 fall season is where dreams are realized, where champions are crowned, and where legends are made. In the arena, we face our rivals head-on with unwavering focus and unwavering resolve. We leave no stone unturned, no opportunity wasted.
BTK doesn't want to go out.
Together, we create moments that will be etched in history. We inspire, we innovate, and we forge new paths towards glory. NACT 2023 fall season. My fight, my moment. Welcome to a journey through time as we delve into the transformative milestones of North American Challenger Tournament, NACT. Our story begins on April 11th, 2022, when the North America Community Tournament was officially renamed to North America Challenger Tournament. The official NA YouTube channel was also introduced, and Team A77 claimed the title of champion for the season. Fast forward to August 7th, 2022, and NACT evolved into an officially organized North American regional event. The tournament spanned 13 days of thrilling online broadcasts, with Team First Blood triumphantly seizing the championship. As we moved into the fall of 2022, the first ever offline grand final was held, taking the tournament to a whole new level. This landmark event took place in Las Vegas, USA, creating an unforgettable live experience for all the fans and competitors. the NACT trophy was unveiled and the championship title went to the Valley. They also represented North America in the M4, finishing in an impressive 6th place. It was a remarkable moment, as it marked the start of a new era for NACT. By February 2023, the NACT spring season was underway. The offline finals took place on May 14th at the HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. Our live stream page was a sensation, reaching number 36 on YouTube's trending list. Gerald Solomon, the head of the North American Esports Association, was in attendance. BloodThirstyKings, who will represent the United States in the IESF. This has been a brief look at the significant milestones of NACT, charting its growth, evolution, and the challenges conquered along the way. Stay tuned as we continue to make esports history.
The upcoming tournament for NACT Fall. This is Mara, wishing you guys luck, and I hope you guys do so well and you go to Philippines for the upcoming M5 World Championship. And you never know, it might be you that I announce as the winner.
Hi, I'm Gideon Q. I'm from Malaysia. I'm a talent as well as a caster for a majority of the MLBB tournaments that you may see internationally. Good luck to all the teams who are coming in for NACT fall season. I can't wait to see potentially new talents coming out from North America. Obviously, we love the old, but some new ones would be great to see how the community is going to continue to grow, and especially when we're looking at the top 1%, good luck to all of you guys, and especially those who are prepared to deal with a giant crowd when you start flying over for the international. Good luck, everybody.
Wait. Hi everyone, I'm Eterna. How are you guys doing? I just want to say a few good words here. I've been very excited to see you guys grow. It's so great to see how things have developed over the seasons, over the years. I hope it gets bigger. I hope you guys have more to say on the international scene. And I heard you guys are coming to ISF, so that's super great. Can't wait to see you guys there. Can't wait to see you guys rock the, LLBB scene.
Hey guys, my name's Tefel, and here's the thing, we watch NACT Grand Finals, and if that shows anything about how NACT is as a region, you know what? I can't wait for it. I hope NACT falls. All of you guys will do good, because at M5, we gotta see a surprise, man. I can't wait to see NAs in M5.
Welcome back to the North America Challenger Tournament 2023 fall season. This is the grand final. That is right. The champion tonight will go all the way to Asia to represent North America as a region. On the desk with me are two fine-looking gentlemen, Drax and Private. How are we doing for the grand final?
I'm still speechless, man. Like, we're here, we made it. It's day number 2, grand finals, everything on the line, a trip to MPLI, a trip to the Philippines, and only 2 teams left. The crown has been taken, and someone new will be crowned today.
Yes, history is about to be made here tonight, as it is no longer going to be BTK, who have basically swept through NA through the last year and a half.
Oh my God, emotions are high. This is the last match. Why don't we go ahead and take a look off the bracket to show you how far we have come.
I don't think we even got to take a look at this, because everyone knows what just happened, but we're going to take you back all the way to the beginning of day 1. TOB take a big sweep over Area 77. After that, BTK take another sweep over Avalon, and Avalon gets the knockout, sending Area 77 home in day 1. Now, to finish things off, it's TOB sending BTK to the bottom bracket, but this is the game we all got to talk about, because BTK beat Avalon earlier in this bracket, and Avalon comes back with no emotions, just sweeping them completely and moving on to the grand finals.
Yeah, and then here tonight, the grand finals, the Ohio brothers from the top bracket. The locomotive of the NACT has arrived here to the grand finals, and it's going to be the Ohio brothers taking on Avalon.
Let's take a look at some of the stats from this playoff to the grand final stage, right? KDA TOB 16.2 to 12 to 42 compared to 10 to 10 to 23. Definitely TOB led the way with KDA, but what about the rest of the stats, Rex?
I mean, there's a lot of things to look at. Overall, damage does kind of slightly lead with TOB. The rating also slightly leading with TOB. Gold slightly leading with TOB. But what more could be expected? TOB have just had an amazing season thus far. And honestly, nobody even really expected Avalon to get here, but here they are, Private.
Yeah, I mean, the stats, if we've learned anything tonight, it's that the stats and your preconceived notions about teams might not matter. BTK, I think there were a lot of people assuming that BTK were going to be meeting here in the grand finals. Avalon showed something new, something different, something promising that led them here to this point.
Oh my goodness. People doubted their roster, right? That Cold War on Rome. I mean, that's just something you don't expect to happen. And to win against some of the best teams in North America, Bloodthirsty King. But I gotta say, you can feel the emotion in the room after the last game. You know, Avalon seems really excited. They were running around, jumping really high. Now, going to the next game though, can you carry this emotion, calm it down, and take that into momentum against TOB and give us a great series?
I don't even know if I want to see him calm down the emotion. I think they need to bring that hype. Basic was cutthroat out there, literally. I mean, and he has a right to be, man. He earned his spot here. The whole team has earned their spot here. And if they're going to be able to compete against TOB, they need to bring every ounce of energy they have, because this is the long haul. This isn't a best of 3. This isn't a best of 5. This is a best of 7. And we know NACT, they like to go the long way.
I mean, we've talked about these teams before. Avalon does have familiar faces on it that have been here at the top. They're no slouches, and they are familiar here at the live stage of NACT. The Ohio Brothers, on the other hand, looking to conquer that grand finals demon that bit them last season.
Also, and on your point, Private, a lot of Avalon members are actually pro players from previous seasons, right? You got Basic, you got Cold World, you got quite a bit of big stage experienced players come onto the stage. That's why they're able to, collect themselves. Promise, for example. You saw a solo killing T, right? One of the best EXP laners North America have to offer. And it just makes you wonder, who else is he afraid of? Nobody, right? Now he's going to go against someone like Mielo. Now, Mielo said he was a #1 EXP laner in North America, so let's see about that.
I mean, you mentioned Promise, and it's so nice to see Promise. It's so nice to see Cold World, ex-Simpsons players. I've been a fan for them forever. I was the one first screaming, "Gorillas in the chat, man!" And now they found this new home on Avalon, and they have definitely showed up. Let's take a look at the bio.
Yeah, we can see here, hometown for Promise in California. Favorite character, Cho. Favorite skin, the King of Fighters Cho skin. And the hobby outside of gaming is basketball. And you brought up an interesting point. There was a point when it was the Simpsons here. I think it was a year ago that the Simpsons were here. Promise, Cold World, and then Arvel, the whole Simpsons team, and just a few players from that team now here returning again, very successful, making it to the grand finals.
Most definitely. I mean, so we know, that was kind of a thought on my mind in the very beginning, is we know they have some stage experience. We know just because there's been some roster changes, the players can still be solid. They still have that potential inside of them. And today it feels like Avalon has done that. One of the questions on my mind, though, is it seemed like they were very prepped for BTK. Basic said it himself. He felt like BTK wasn't very prepped for them. He felt like they just thought that Avalon was going to be an easy game, and that caught them off guard. Now, has Avalon prepped for TOB, though, Dave?
It's so interesting because we just saw Promise, his favorite hobby is basketball. I saw them playing basketball yesterday before their match. This team is relaxed, they're calm, and then they're excited most of all, right? They're here to have a great time. And like you mentioned, they prepare for BTK, but I see the opposite. I see them just chill, right? I'm gonna chill and win against nobody but other than BTK, and that's insane. So are they prepared for Team TOB? Only time can tell, Private.
Yeah, and here's the thing is if you thought that maybe BTK might have come in unprepared for Avalon, you know that with the Ohio brothers watching that match, they're scrambling right now to make sure they have all their ducks in a row. They don't want a repeat of last season. They don't want to be surprised like BTK here, and we're going to find out just how preparedness and how that comes in here tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and delay no further as we're going to the first draft of the grand final of 2023 NACT fall season.
All right, so it feels like we've been seeing BTK play in the past 2 series, right? So drafts have been a certain way, but now we're going to have to see things change a little bit. It looks like TOB is going to ban out the Fredrin. They're going to ban out the Akai. Avalon also shooting out some targets here. And so far, it seems like Avalon does at least have an idea. What do you think are some things that we need to watch out for in each team? You know, picks, possible preferences in lane. Do we want to give Promise the advantage in the XP lane? Do we want to focus on gold? Things of that nature.
Well, some of the obvious ones are, you know that Avalon has done their homework, so that Matilda is going to be out of there, scratched out. You cannot let Shark on somebody as micro-intensive as the Matilda. And I do know there is right now a question for a lot of teams whether best player can play those tanky roamers or tanky junglers the same way he can with like a Ling or a Lance that's a damage Lance instead of the tanky one. So they are trying to minimize those options for him as well.
You see, the interesting thing about TOB that a lot of viewers actually miss is the fact that it's not about their hero pool. They have a huge, deep hero pool. But for them, it's details, execution, right? We've seen how they played Matilda yesterday. It doesn't matter who it is, a clear decision, a clear execution was made. You know, when Matilda jumps, he was in the close proximity, jumps, picks somebody up, picks somebody up. It's very well done, and it's very done to the details, from the last fine details of the match. So that's something that I want to pay attention to, and in this match, what kind of combo are they going to pull out and how they're going to execute it.
One thing I noticed yesterday as I was watching just like a fan in the crowd yesterday when I wasn't casting, Mielo, brand new to the live stage here, but has taken a commanding presence out there, screaming, letting his team know when to engage, when to back off, what to watch out for. I know you saw it too, Trex.
Literally, after that series, I walked up to Mielo and I said, bro, I think you're my new favorite player in NACT. There was a play that happened before they dived. He was on Trizla. They're diving into the bottom tier tower, tier 3 tower, and I'm sitting up front. I don't have my glasses, so I gotta be like right up next to the screen. And all I hear is, go, 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 go. And the whole team just instantly reacts. Mielo is definitely just seems like the voice of the team, and this is something we were worried about last season, right? Because they got quiet when they took those losses.
Yep.
They didn't have that energy. But this time it feels like they have a couple more players who are ready to talk, ready to bring the hype, whether they're winning or losing.
You know what? You're absolutely put a nail on the head right there. That was so good, so accurate. I was talking to Hoon regarding Mielo about his team dynamic right now. Mielo is exactly what they needed. What this player brought to the table was excitement in the game. He's always talking. He's always yelling stuff, right? He's always engaged in finding plays, and he brings that momentum for the team when the team desperately needs it. Because we know some of the players, they might zone out during the middle of the game, and Mielo is like, no, I'm going to snap you back, you know, bring to the game and win this game for me.
Yeah, but we're going to find out if that's going to be enough and if Avalon has a plan for them indeed. I mean, it took BTK by a surprise here. We do see Valentina coming out there and Kaja a decent amount of control for Avalon very early in these picks.
Yeah, I mean, Demon's just has been doing an amazing job. We saw him on that Novaria last game, just landing almost every single one of those meteors. So I'm excited to see him on a bit more of an up-close and personal hero like this, a bit more mechanical in a sense. We'll see how he's able to play on that. Hoon's going to pick up the Fermis, and this has been a classic pick for him, I think, all year, even into the beginning of last year. And he always does well on it. Even when it hasn't been the most meta at the times, he's been able to pull it off. Mielo going to lock in the Edith. This definitely be a flex over to Shark, but knowing could definitely be a roam for Shark, but knowing the flexibility of the Ohio brothers, you never really know, right?
The thing about Mielo and Shark is they can play anything, right? They actually can play anything. During M4, people were worried about Shark's hero pool. Not anymore, right? With the whole confidence that he was built over the past year, this guy is a master of all roam characters. Any character that's not even a roam can he play it as a roam. We see him play Hanzo roam. What else can he not play at a roam position? Now I want to pay attention to the Ixia the Ixia ban. What I mean, this we saw it yesterday. Yeah. What about the ban? Talk to me about
That's not just the Ixia ban. That's a Zia ban because no one else is playing that. No one else is banning that. But if Zia, I mean, the way Zia played that yesterday, it was definitely scary. And this isn't a hero that we're seeing all the time. But the way Zia worked that barrage last night was insane. And I don't know if I'd want to go against it either. They also ban out the Bruno now. The Ohio Brothers looking like they're possibly going to target in on a Promise a little more.
Yeah, and a lot of control on the side of the Ohio Brothers. I mean, they ban out the Ixia. I want to say the biggest success with the Ixia last time was having the Matilda there. So when you unleashed that ultimate with the Matilda guiding winds, you were able to reposition Ixia if needed, if the team tried to jump on her. I mean, you still have the Nether Realm out there now for the Ohio Brothers, but I feel like you're kind of countering it out. You basically nulled it with Avalon having Valentina on their team because now you have 2 Nether Realms. That's going to come down to who uses it later, and I do feel like that almost kind of, I want to say, specifies where that ultimate from Valentina is going to go because the priority is always going to be the Nether Realm.
Yep, absolutely. Now the last bans are Bruno, so quite a bit of marksman targeting. Belmont for the first time. This is for, are we back to the retreat meta? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. I'm not an analyst today. Private.
The thing for me right now is that when Fredrin, I mean, the only thing I can see is Fredrin with his Appraiser's Wrath coming down with that Retribution does a lot of damage, the same way that the lethal counter can come down with that Retribution. My only problem is that the Mortal Coil from Martis does pop you off, which takes away a lot of damage from the spin that Balman can do during a lot of these fights.
Is this a pocket pick? Are we about to see something crazy? That's my question, right? Like, is this going to be something insane? It can, in a sense, help with the Fermis a little bit, right? With the Nether Realm, possibly. You get a lot of burst damage with the lethal counter and the Spinny Boy. That's not the name of the skill, but that's what we're calling it today. So, I mean, there's definitely some possibilities there, but the question is how is it going to face up? I'm not against fighter junglers right now, but there's just a lot of questions. Is it still as viable as it used to be?
Yeah, last up on the board, we do have a Super Shark picking up that Kufra and Zia on the Melissa. The big thing here is Kufra, another pop-up, and just has been great and lethal when we saw him yesterday on it as well. The setting potential is great. However, on the other side, Avalon, some pretty tanky boys. They got that CC. They have that frontline damage that's going to allow Basic on the carry to rain down damage as you move into that mid-game.
So something to point out real quick, and I almost wanted to guess this, I just didn't say it. The Ohio Brothers were banning out those 2 EXP laners, and it kind of showed, I got a feeling that Edith was going to stay in EXP, and that's what they end up doing. They put Shark on the Kufra, and that just helps lock out the rest of the draft.
Yep, I like the CC, but guys, you know what's at stake. The grand final, the first game. Let's kick it off between the Ohio Brothers and Team Avalon.
Yeah, this game's so important to set the tone, Trex.
Definitely. We got TOB a little bit short last season, not able to take first place. Here they are in Avalon knocking out BTK, last season's champions. Looking to get some hype, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, we can see a lot of quantum charges already. Doubled up here on the XP lane, trying to provide a little cover for their XP lanes. You can see a lot of quantum charges on both teams, trying to get some movement here, and a lot of tenacities coming out from the side of the Ohio Brothers.
Position, though, already ever so aggressive, and that's what we're going to see from a lot. Avalon's going to have to be careful about him and Milo's positioning on their back line.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about before. The Ohio Brothers, you need to be able to deal with. Ooh, flicker out for.
Oh, Shark! First blood, that's what we're talking about. TOB bringing it in quick.
Just as I was about to talk about those early rotations from the Ohio Brothers, you need to be able to deal with that because it will avalanche as you move into the mid-game.
A little bit of action up in the top side as well. Basic taking a little bit of damage, able to get away though. Best player goes down instead. Avalon answering back. Jungler for a EXP laner. It's a good trade.
Yeah, 1 for 1 right now. Gold lead about the same, and we are just not stopping with the action. They are just going to keep in each other's faces until a winner is announced here.
I think it's time to slow down a little bit, right? We're trying to talk, we're trying to make some breakdowns, and TOB and Avalon want to get these kills going quick. I think both teams now tested the waters a little bit. Let's talk about Tarzan. His mobility has been on point. He's able to rotate. How is he going to match up against the Martis, though, and the Mortal Coils?
Yeah, and that's going to be the big question here. We do see now we're going to go ahead start on the first turtle. 2 at the mid lane, and now starting to jock for position. First objective, so important, Trex.
Yeah, and Tarzan has done a great job with his positioning around these neutral objectives. I think they might just give this. Oh, Shark going in, doesn't have level 4 yet. No Time's Revenge, but still gets the knock-up. Tarzan a bit of a bad spot. Best player able to secure the turtle. Tarzan now on the run. He's on the backside, and best player gets the decimation. Gonna move on to the next.
Oh my God.
Demon, Cold World on the run, but they don't want to let him go. Demon goes down, making a triple. Is it a Maniac? No, finally finds him. There it is. Game number 1, TOB popping off.
The first 2 minutes and best player is already on fire. You know they are feeling comfortable now, very confident with their rotations going up to the top. And we haven't talked about this, but there has been a big lead when it comes to trying to protect these marksmen, but they've kind of let both of them alone here. They want to see how they can kind of match up Basic against Zia there.
Yeah, and taking a look at some of these items at the gold, best players already scaling ahead. 2,400, Tarzan 1,500. All Tarzan has a Molten Core. He's going to go defensive here, typical Ballman build of what we used to see. But with Martis already having, oh, Shark, going to get the knock up. Trying to chip down on the Cold World. Cold World will go down. Shark picking up the kill. Avalon on the brinks at only 3.5 minutes in.
Yeah, and oh man, a 6-2 already. Oh, we're still in it.
Not another one. Tarzan, get out of there, get out of there. You won't. Best player's relentless right now. This is looking rough on game 1. Basic up in the top side on the run as well. Zia gonna take him down. Super Shark picks up the kill though. Another one in the bot side. They're all over the place, Private.
They are not giving you a chance to breathe, and that's gonna be a decent amount of gold for the side of the Ohio Brothers as they are chipping away at a bunch of these towers already. 9-2, the Ohio Brothers setting the tone for Avalon, letting them know that they are not going to be done in like their last challengers.
All right, Avalon's going to have to regroup, right? They got to think of something, but the Ohio Brothers just don't want to let it happen, man. Look at Shark, he's waiting. Watch for it, wait for it. The set could be coming, but it looks like Avalon, they're going to take it slow. They want to try to go for those objectives, and here comes Shark finally. Cold World in a bad spot, going to get knocked up. Doesn't even use the Time's Revenge. They know they can get the finish. Zia able to pop it off. Shark taking a little bit of chip damage from Tarzan there. Milo getting the knock up on a Demon. Not able to get the second amount of CC though. Demon still has to back off, and now TOB has claimed the turtle pit.
One player down, 5K in the lead. I don't even know if you can contest this first turtle. Mielo finds the finishing blow on it, but man, right now, what a dominating performance by the Ohio Brothers right now to Avalon, who can't seem to catch the rotations. They're always reacting, always having to answer to the aggression of TOB.
Yeah, this is only 5 minutes in, Private, and it's almost a 6,000 gold lead. Tarzan not really able to show up on this Ballman pick. I respect it, it's game 1, right? This is a chance that if you want to test the waters with anything crazy, you pull out the pocket pick now. You try to catch them by surprise. But TOB are not the team to fall for surprises. They're wide awake, man. Their eyes are always open, and they're prepared for anything. Now,
yeah, go ahead.
Milo gonna get the knock up, a little bit of damage. They're able to just get away. Last Sandy comes out for promise escape, but Demon still falls. Another kill going into the hands of Zia.
Yeah, and they are just continuing on this warpath. Avalon is not able to catch their breath. Every single time they come for an engagement, it's basically, I mean, you could see Tarzan not even able to contest, maybe rethinking this Balmon's pick into a lot of the pop-ups that we're seeing on the side of TOB.
Most definitely. Look at Hoon, look for the Shadow Stampede, able to pull promise back to Shark. I mean, everyone's just always ready, man. It just feels like TOB right now is trying to make a play every couple seconds. Avalon not able to move around the map. They're constricted. Milo and Cold World gonna get popped up. Last Insanity comes with damage, just not there. Ohio Brothers chipping away the tower. Basic trying to find a distance, but he's getting outranged from the Melissa, and Zia takes the realm. Demon now on the run as well. Oh, the finger, the knock up, and Zia unloads the damage. 2 members down. Zia, the second to fall. It's another double kill for best player. 9-1 in 1 private.
14-2 right now. There's domination, and there is what is happening in this first game against Avalon. I mean, can you even slow down right now and try to regroup? Because the pressure that the Ohio brothers are mounting right now is insurmountable. They're going for the turtle. You can see here, little
Fine
pull.
judgment. Do they have enough damage to load on Shark, though? Base not there. That last Sandy comes in, Promise, trying to get a little more chip, and now he's in a bad spot. Gets done, gets taken out. Killing spree for Zia. Demon is able to find Shark. Cold World actually picking up the kill. Basic still in the run. Milo looking for more. Cold World gonna chip a little bit. Milo's still up, though. The Terrify comes in, but now they want it. They're going for the kill. They find it. A mega kill for Zia. Every time Avalon finds something, TOB finds 2 more.
Yeah, and already it's the 7-minute mark. TOB is knocking on the gates of Avalon. And I mean, I don't even know what you do from here. You have to wait for a mistake. You have to try to regroup. We're looking at the items here right now. Already 6.5K for best player, way ahead of Tarzan right now. He's double the gold of the enemy jungler on Avalon right now. I don't even know what you do here except to try to be patient, try to find and isolate the Ohio brothers when you can.
You know what you do? You hope and you pray. You hope and you pray that TOB makes a mess up, because right now, like you said, it's 8,000 gold lead at only 7 minutes in, 8 minutes in now, and TOB on the strike, looking for Tarzan here. He's not able to do a whole lot, chipped away and taken out. Another kill for best player, and the reason why I say there's nothing you can do is because the Martis is 10-1-2. That's 8 minutes in. It's everything you want. And Basic, though, does go down again. He can't even catch the 1v1 against the XP laner.
Yeah, and this is the thing, too, is like when Martises tend to fall off, we're not even close to a point when Martis usually tends to fall off, but he has that great early game that the Ohio brothers are capitalizing on. Belmont coming in, can't even get an edge in, and now they are knocking on that high tier at mid, looking for an opportunity.
Oh, they just stood there. Let Shark hit him. Tarzan against the wall, and best player takes the kill. Promise into the backside with the last Insanity, able to break through that Nether Realm. Cold World trying to get something, but the Ohio brothers are broken in. They're taking him out. The rundown's here, and 4 members are down. This should be GG's on game number 1.
Man, what an incredible match there, and ended so early, setting the tone the Ohio brothers are against Avalon here, letting them know that your BTK match might have been impressive, but you're gonna need to bring something a little extra if you're gonna wanna get one over on us.
Look at Milo, smiles as usual. We love the kid right now. Avalon, they're gonna need to pick something up here. It's 1-0, but there's still a long night to go, possibly. Like I said, they tried to make some cheeky plays there, didn't work out. We're gonna have to revert, switch strategies, change something up.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to, I want to say some of these picks. We had a Belmont on there. I think maybe that might have been a reach for the current meta. I mean, maybe last year was a decent pick, but especially when you have so many pop-ups on the enemy team, you're going to run into a lot of issues early.
I think you guys already covered the entire game perfectly, right? But at the same time, I was paying attention to Mielo's face. This guy was hyped up. He was smiling all game. I mean, I cannot wait for the voice to come out to see what they're actually talking about.
Yeah, definitely going to be hype. Let's take a look at some of these stats, though, Private.
Yeah, 1-0 and 15 on Yellow. No reason not to smile there. Matching partner Hoon with that stats as well. 22-3, and literally 1 tower for the side of Avalon, just encroaching on their territory from the opening seconds.
All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the last game. This is TOB taking the first hurdle.
Yeah, you can see, I mean, right here, it was already set in stone. Tarzan not able to get much, and best player already showing the power of that Martis. Decimation after decimation, triple kills here for best player, and this in only the 2-minute and 40-second mark.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, you could say that game was a decimation for Avalon, you know? It was definitely a little rough. Let's take a look at some of these stats, though. 22-3 for game number 1. Avalon's gonna have to try a lot harder if they want to take down the Ohio brothers in this best of 7, Dave.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's going to be a lot more than just a lot harder for Avalon now, going up, to be honest. Because, like I said, TOB, their biggest strength, their synergy, their entire team camaraderie, I would say, right? Every single engage, there's a follow-ups. Every single team fight, there's a plan. This is a TOB ready for Worlds right now. I mean, they're showing what a world standard is in North America region. Their roster did not change from the beginning to now. You can see that paying dividends on the stage tonight.
I just want to highlight that little last point too, is that the roster changes has been a big point that I've said on streams in here when it comes to the NACT, is building that synergy. I mean, a lot of people don't notice it, but that N3 run by BTK, that I want to say there was a big amount of synergy that led to that victory, and the OhioBrothers have shown that. They are just there. If there are kinks in their armor, Avalon have yet to see it here because they ran through the map, a team coordinated and synergized.
Yeah, I mean, everything about TOB right there was just clean. You mentioned at the very beginning, it's the mechanics. It's those little things. It's not all about the hero for them, because at this point, they can play anything, right?
Yep,
They play it so well, and Avalon tries to play anything there. Maybe go a little too off-field with the Ballman, but still, TOB were just everywhere that game. Every moment that Avalon thought they had a chance to breathe, Super Shark was waiting in a bush. Someone, Milo, was waiting in another bush. No matter where they went, they were never safe.
Yeah, and you could see from the opening seconds of the game where it looked like loose skirmishes for the side of the OhioBrothers and Avalon, but from the moment, there was always more members of the OhioBrothers, always closing the distance faster, always getting those rotations faster, and then getting those kills, ultimately leading to that first hurdle. Once that first hurdle was taken and those kills came over, Martis was just a steamroller through the team, but we are gonna see if that can be duplicated here in Game 2.
Okay, so the respect has finally been earned. People have been questioning it, but here we are, 2 bans targeted straight at Milo. I respect it. We still take out the Matilda there. Want to make sure we slow down Shark. That is something we don't want to see in the field. It has just been insane, and TOB going to continue to focus into Tarzan here. We saw his Fredrin in last game up against BTK, and it was clean. It was precision at its peak. Definitely a monster on us, so it's not something TOB is going to want to let through.
You know, TOB, they also prepared for the opponent, right? We're talking about how Avalon, did they prepare for TOB? I don't think TOB prepared for Avalon.
They prepared for everybody.
Yeah, they prepared for everybody. 2 games in a row now, they banned the exact same tanks, right? Akai and Fredrin starting off the game. Now, that's not usually they're popular tanks for sure in the jungle, but they're not something you ban right off the bat a lot of times, and they just keep on doing it. This is literally a ban against what? MOBA Zane?
Tarzan bans.
Tarzan bans.
Well, and here's the thing for me is that I want to say they understand the meta, and they understand, and they possibly have identified a weak point in Avalon when it comes to possibly the tools that Tarzan has that he can put in there. If you take out a lot of those picks that he's going to go with, you've created a little bit of a crack in the armor that puts him, which made him maybe possibly go panicky to that Balmon pick. Here, he's going to pick up that Martis. Not really an off pick here. A great early game. They're going to try to use it against the OhioBrothers, hopefully with the same success that TOB found against them.
Yeah, so now that TOB has banned out all of these, essentially like the trio, the dynamic trio of tank jungle, and Martis, the leftover, has been picked up, best player doesn't have that Martis to go to like he did last game, so he's going to have to lock in the Lancelot here. That's about the only Tanks-a-lot option left, unless he wanted to get real crazy, which I don't think a Ling would have done too well against a Martis. I don't think certain of those other heroes would have done too well against a Martis. So I think this is solid. Hoon gonna get that Valentina though, and I feel like it's been a little bit since I've seen him on that.
Yeah. No, this is actually Hoon's favorite character.
Yeah.
When we interviewed him, this is definitely the go-to character if he has the opportunity to. And to be honest, this character was banned for many, many times throughout the entire playoff. And now it's finally let out. It's finally being played in Hoon's hands. So let's see what he got in store for us.
Yeah, I want to say here, from the games from last night, the OhioBrothers best player, I want to say a little slower on the pickup when it came to that Tanks-a-lot pick, which we're going to see how well that can play into having a weak early game on your team a little bit when it comes to your jungle, to facing somebody who can be so overpowering on the other side of Avalon in the name of Martis. And then we have a beautiful tanky front line in the side of Promise on this Esmeralda as well.
Are we going to see a Kaja? Oh, it's going to be a Uranus pick. Right off the bat, this is very interesting in the early game. Uranus all game, actually. It's going to do well against Esmeralda. I think this is a decent pick at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like in the before level 4, Promise might have a slight advantage in laning phase, but eventually Uranus definitely ends up trumping out. But I'm surprised that no Kaja was picked up here. Could have been such a solid pick for Avalon to help deal with that Lancelot. OhioBrothers still not going to pay attention to it. They're going to ban out the Angela here. So Avalon, if they get a chance to, I think some hard suppression, some hard CC could definitely be crucial in here. It's a good way to lock down best player, and it's a good way to lock down Milo to give you enough time for that he actually stands still so you can kill him.
I thought we had gone into a time machine to about a year and a half ago when Esme and Uranus ruled the EXP lane, and seems like we're going to be seeing that added again. I fully expect midway through this match to see both of these guys on the opposite sides of the match cutting each other's lane here, both trying to build that very tanky front line. Team, if Esmeralda, I think that the hope right now is that Promise can get a little bit of an advanced lead on Esmeralda because she does bring something to those team fights. Oh, and look at these bans here, already taking out Carry, looking possibly for a very tanky front line from Avalon.
Oh, we have a last ban right now. Kaja's still available. Right now, looking at all the bans to make sure I'm not missing any pieces. Kaja is still going to be a really good choices here because you're still dealing with Martis, right? If you're going to kill this guy when he's doing that skill 1, skill 2, you better have some suppression there. And it would work really well into Team TOB's favor. Now, also, if you want to catch Esmeralda, this character is really slippery, right? Especially carry someone like Sprint or like a Purify. It's going to be hard to catch on the side lane. And that's usually side lane are the window of opportunities for a team to win a game. So right now, both teams need a little bit more quad control, especially for the side of TOB. They have no CC at all.
So Zia now going to be on the gun here along with Super Shark, ready to take first pick. They try to ban out this carry, they try to ban out this Brody, but after like seeing Zia play, there's the Kaja. After seeing Zia play so many things, it's like he's just going to pick up the Melissa. It's still going to shred, or he's going to pick up the Ixia possibly, or he's going to fall into something else. So it's like it's very hard to target down onto him. I feel like taking out the Brody, all right, yeah, that's someone who can outdistance the Airthil a little bit. And of course, you don't want to carry running rampant in the late game, but still, could those have been used somewhere else? We'll have to see. I think a Franco could be solid here. Instead, they go for the Kufra.
Yeah, well, I mean, the point here being from is that you have to watch out because whatever you're going to be picking, you're basically going to be giving to the opponent in the OhioBrothers in the name of an IMU ultimate from Hoon on that Valentina. So you have to be very picky about what you're doing and how she's going to be able to kind of use that against you. Oh, and the Navaria picked up, I want to say, a very well-rounded composition from Avalon. You've got the tankiness up front, you've got the late game damage and some CC, and also that sniping and poking ability from them.
No, I think Avalon love Novaria as a character. I mean, this character offers a lot of poke, but it's going to be enough against a super suppression, a lot of burst damage comp. Kaja BH combo is deadly late game.
I mean, the problem is TOB are so fast-paced, and Novaria needs time. Like, even though, yes, like, I don't get me wrong, Zia's good late game, you have Milo, but either way, like, no matter what, Novaria packs a punch to just about anybody when you get into that late game. But I don't know if Avalon's even going to have time for that, man. Like, they need to try to, I don't know, yes, they have Tarzan, so if they can get an early game pop-off, it might be the time to get aggressive, right? But here's the thing, it doesn't really match up with the Navaria. You don't have damage from him in the early game, so it really comes down to kind of rotations from Cold World, Promise coming in to help out if they want to try to push that, like, laning phase aggression.
All right, only time can tell. Can Avalon even up the game? Ladies and gentlemen, we're now jumping to game 2 between the OhioBrothers and Avalon.
Yeah, we have set the tone in game 1, and you know that Avalon is looking to even the odds and at least bring some momentum into this second game.
Definitely, I mean, if it's anything like last time, could be a bloodbath. Hopefully it's not a one-sided bloodbath at that. Cold World already getting a little bit of vision. I feel, I mean, personally in my book, I think the fighter jungle, like the Martis, always has a little bit of advantage in laning phase against the assassin.
Yeah, and thing here is we do have an Impure Rage on Esmeralda, not one on the Uranus, so possibly might be able to kind of out-rotate Uranus when it comes to some of those mana issues that he has already. You can see Yellow dead, not taking that type of advice. He's already in enemy jungle.
I mean, Milo's gonna have to be a little bit careful. Like I said, in laning phase, Esmeralda definitely kind of gets a slight advantage. Once we get into consecration area where Milo can kind of pop that ultimate and move around a bit more and get health back even more, that's when it's going to become a problem for Promise. But here comes TOB, Phantom Execution through the wall, Promise And a bad side back against the wall, lots of damage, and Milo picks up the kill.
Yeah, early kill for them. And these early rotations, this is what we were talking about. It's that macro and that micro that comes from the Ohio Brothers. These rotations, you have to be communicating. You have to be letting them know in these side lanes where everyone is at, or at least getting vision, because they are always coming from every different angle.
Most definitely, every single angle, exactly. Avalon needs to get that vision. Best player, though, doesn't want to let anyone go back to base. Demon taking a little bit of damage. He's going to need to stay in the back line. Demon had a great, wonderful game against BTK on this Novaria, but BTK had no way to get to Demon. You can already see Milo. He knows his job. He knows his assignment. He's going to harass Demon as much as possible. And same thing with best player on this Lancelot. Lots of puncture through the front lines potential.
Yeah, and you can see already 4 members set up for this turtle on the side of the Ohio Brothers, and zoning now.
Yeah, TOB does such a good job at zoning, man. Oh, there we go, Private.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit off, a little bit more than he can chew, and especially that little snipe coming out from Demon. A little bit of a different game than the first, and tied up right now, 1-1, and not in favor of anybody yet. We can take a look here at some of the items. You do see that Molten Core being built up for best player. Definitely trying to go with that tanks a lot route. Just narrowly out-golding and out-farming the Martis on the side there. Tarzan.
Flicker in, nice hit. On to Zia there. Zia to flicker away though. Does not go down. But we're seeing some nice range from Cold World, some nice possible setups for the future.
Yeah, Hoon throwing a couple jabs out there to Demon just to let him know where he's at, but still 3 up on top. Oh, big pop-up.
A lot of damage on Zia, but in comes Phantom Execution. Zia able to counter back, but it's a kill for kill. Gold laner for gold laner. Cold World on the brink, though, able to get taken out. Cold World going down to best player. Next is going to be Super Shark, though. Tarzan finding it. Now he's in a bad spot. Gets terrified. Taken out from Hoon. It's a 2-for-3 trade in favor of the Ohio Brothers.
Just cleaning up shot, and it just seems like any single time you supposedly catch the Ohio Brothers, there's always 2 or 3 other players there waiting to punish you for that exact set. And now you can see the value you get out of that Uranus, already in enemy sides, getting that vision, and starting to get a little fearless here is Mielo.
Yeah, now we're going to have to kind of, I think Avalon knows, maybe we slow it down a little bit. We have lots of late game potential. So does the Ohio Brothers. So I think Avalon doesn't have to force it, even though they have the Martis. Like, if you get an early game snowball, it is a plus. But if you don't, at least you're not pigeonholed into that. You still have Basic on the Airthil. You still have the Esmeralda. You still have Demon with insane poke damage to the ambush. Shark doesn't want to let it happen. Cold World in a bad spot, going to get taken out, blasted against the wall. Zia picking up the kill.
Yeah, and especially with those kills going on to Zia, because you know he likes to build that BOD early. They don't really exactly have the lead to where it can kind of match up with Basic getting some of his items. I did see that he picked up those Haas Claws earlier, I want to say a minute earlier as well. So, I mean, it definitely doing well with the Ohio Brothers, putting the points where they need to be and being where they need to be as well, as we see 2 up here at top.
Basic needs to be careful, man. Shark is he's just hanging out with Zia. That's his big brother right there. He's taking care of him. He's making sure he's a good gold lane, and as long as Zia has a good gold lane, it's going to look good for the Ohio Brothers. Best player taking things slow. He's 2-0-2. Does have a level, 2 levels over Tarzan, though.
Oh, best player.
A little bit of damage. Phantom Execution through. Not able to finish on a Demon, though.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see here Tarzan getting Mielo. Just, I mean, Mielo is everywhere, trying to be a nuisance to the team, trying to be annoying, letting them know that he's all over there. Oh,
there it is again. Divine Retribution, Basic going to go down. And able to sneak around the back and take the kill, putting him at 2-0-2 as well.
And this is the problem that you're seeing there. Tarzan rotates up late instead of possibly using that momentum to push onto another lane. Once you're starting to rotate late, you're starting to basically follow the enemy team instead of creating plays yourself.
Most definitely. It's 6 minutes in almost. The Ohio Brothers leading 6-3, about a 3,000 gold lead. Best player versus Promise. Promise misses the falling star moon. Gonna have to try to get away. Tower taken down as well off cam. This is starting to become a big win. Cold World looking for the Tyrant's revenge. Oh, best player faces through. Can they get the finish? Yes, Basic gets the shutdown. Puts a nice amount of gold into his pocket. could be helpful for the turnaround.
I feel like that Tyrant's Rage was whiffed. He pushed him back into the tower instead of stunning him against the wall. That allowed him some time to be able to get away because it did not stun him. It only moved him, and he was able to flicker himself out of danger. Tarzan might be in a little trouble.
Takes the purple buff. As long as he can get away from this, it's worth it, but he doesn't not because Hoon steals the decimation and uses it against his own hero.
Man, the Ohio brothers, and every single time you try to get a little bit of an advantage, whether it's trying to rotate them, trying to steal a buff, they are always there, always aware of their surroundings, and always able to counter it. Oh, Promise.
Promise in trouble, gonna get terrified. Super Shark able to get him locked up, and should be able to finish this off. Wait, no!
Whoa!
Oh,
Okay.
shot out of midair.
The little bit of hope that he was going to be able to get out of there that generated an insane amount of shield at the last second, but ultimately the same conclusion there. 3 members of the Ohio brothers pounding down and holding their foot against the neck of Promise there.
I mean, at this point, Avalon once again in a very bad spot. It's a 4K gold lead, the Ohio brothers. What do they even do here, Private?
I mean, what you want to do here is try to get, I mean, you have to, the shot calling has to be onto a lane quickly. Right now, they're starting to react. You see the rotation already at the 4-man rotation for the Ohio brothers. They have vision now. Are they going to be, they're not going to be able to counteract this, it looks like already. They're looking like about 5K behind. Ooh, pop-up.
Nice pop-up. No return, though. Got to keep the change on that one.
And this is kind of speaking on the cohesiveness right now of Avalon. The pop-up there, but nobody in position to really take advantage of it. And it's not like it wasn't a squishy target for them that they could have bursted down. And now Yellow, 4 members.
He's not stressing it. He's not worried. Here comes the conceal play. Big damage. Bad for Tarzan. He's going to go down there. Cold World taken off the map as well. Promise also in a little bit of trouble. Basic cornered up. Hoon trying to get away here. Basic wants to chase him down, has a heavy crossbow, can't get the final shot in though. And now Promise wants to try to defend this tower. The Ohio brothers have broken through all tier 3s, looking for tier 2 down the mid side now.
Yeah, and they're doing such a great job zoning out. You can see diving in is best player. Oh man.
It's a monster.
Yeah, and he's doing such a great job. He dives in, tanks some of the damage, uses that Phantom Execution and the Thorned Rose to kind of draw out some of those abilities from the other team. Meanwhile, in the back, the Ohio brothers cleaning up these towers like they're supposed to, and then quickly just retreating.
Most definitely now, Avalon getting a little bit of space to breathe, right? But they still haven't broken a single tower, Private.
Yeah, not a single tower right here, and that's just kind of telling you how well we've talked about the Ohio brothers, how their execution is, despite the characters that they pick here. You can take a look here at some of the gold here, 3K ahead of the enemy jungler right now. Martis, Tarzan sitting at 4K, while best player sitting at 7. And like the gold lead isn't that big, but when you have that big of a gold lead on one person, it speaks for your team composition, speaks for the steadfastness of this game.
The Ohio brothers spread nicely across the map right now, right? Like Milo staying on the boss side, and Milo kind of always keeps this, keeps this opposite distance. When the rest of the team goes down to bot side, Milo moves up to top. When the rest of the team goes to the top side, Milo goes up to bottom. Now, Lord gonna start getting worked on, but the Ohio brothers don't have to rush it. Because I think the goal here is, let's see if we can get Lord and maybe 1 or 2 members as well.
Conceal plays out.
Oh, right in the backside. Lots of damage. Basic immediately deleted. Cold World will be the next on the block. Chopped down. Double kill for Hoon. They're looking for more. Milo.
Oh, Tarzan.
Tarzan has no escape from this. He's going to try to more coils away. A nice meteor shot comes into Hoon's face. But still, Milo chases him down like a dog and takes him out.
Yeah, chases him down, and now allowing a lot of space for the Ohio brothers to get this Lord uncontested. 1 or 2 people left on the side of Avalon, and I'm not even sure. I mean, this might be a pretty successful Lord for them as well. Non-luminous, but I mean, the gold lead they have right now, 9K at 10 minutes.
Yeah, the Ohio brothers just feeling confident with this. Super Shark taking a little bit of damage. Falling Star Moon does not connect once again. Cold War on the backside trying to keep Hoon at bay as Avalon continue to defend, but the Ohio brothers are still once again everywhere. Milo being the ever-present nuisance. The gnat in your face that you're just trying to swat at but won't leave you alone. they will not stop. Best player forces Phantom Execution to get away, pops back with Lawrence Rones, putting about 20% damage onto Promise there.
Yeah, Lord's still coming down at mid, but this team is ready. Lanes are all going to kind of, except for top lane, we have mid and bottom lanes about to sync up. Looking to put that pressure is the Ohio Brothers.
Conceal play from Avalon. Looking for a slip up. Cold World hanging out on the backside, charging up the revenge. Decides not to use it. Best player though, dashing through with the puncture. Phantom Execution finds Basic. Looking for another target though. Shark goes down. Tarzan able to find one. It's 2 for 1.
Hoon.
Promise though in a bad spot. Able to find Hoon, but will go down to Zia. 3 for 2. Make it 4. That is bad. Demon all alone now. 3 members left for the Ohio Brothers. They're going to break through the inhibitor. Try to finish this.
10 seconds.
And best player, Demon needs to try to defend, but they've locked on 50%. Looking for game 2 here. Demon trying to stop him, but there's just no way.
Avalon getting a trounce for game 2. The Ohio Brothers, an amazing first 2 games here, Trex.
I mean, it's a good game. TOB 2-0, completely sweeping right now. Avalon, the energy that they had earlier, looking a little lower. They need to pick it up. They need to find something to do. They got to find an answer if they don't want to get swept quickly here.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, maybe Avalon put their all into that BTK. BTK, no slouch in the matches there. And Avalon right now feeling the fatigue, going up against a very fresh, very energetic, very fast macro game of the Ohio Brothers.
I mean, definitely a lot. Dave, how you feeling about that game?
Oh my God, it was too fast. It took him by surprise. It was not.
You had to run here.
I was not expecting that to end that abruptly, to be honest. TOB definitely got what it takes. We talked about this yesterday. The team that's playing in the grand final today from the loser bracket, they have to go against, doesn't matter who it is, they have to go against a tough opponent, and they have to go against a tougher opponent, right? So, man, can Avalon turn it around? Let's take a look at the stack boards.
Yeah, 6-18 here. Avalon, I mean, not as fast a game as the first one when it came to how quickly the Ohio Brothers were sweeping through the map. Having to deal with Tarzan on that Martis did, I dare say, slow them down a bit, but ultimately still able to clean it up at 11 minutes. And the question now on everybody's mind is, what do you need to do to beat this powerhouse of a team?
I mean, Zia also with a very clean build. BOD, Malefic Roar, but then the Sea Halberd, right? To help deal with any regen that Promise is going to bring in. Here comes a nice replay though, Private.
Yeah, you can see here that Divine Judgment came out, and then from the back line, just attacking from all angles to set up this great push. Best player did a great job onto the flank, taking on and taking down Basic. And then just when you thought you had a little bit of an advantage, the Ohio Brothers turned it around and are able to close the game.
I mean, right now, the brothers, the Ohio Brothers at that, are on their way up right now. It's 2-0, 2 more games till M5. Avalon trying to stop them. Can they do it though, Dave?
It's going to be an uphill battle. I mean, it seems almost impossible right now, but it's necessary if Avalon want to go to M5, right? If that's our goal. I think to make it all the way here is already pretty impressive to grand final. But dude, TOB, they're on a different level today. What is going on? I mean, every single execution, even the bottom lane with the push, is a 2-3 perfect execution, leveraging number advantage to get what they needed to win the game. So let's take a look at his 3rd game draft.
Yeah, we don't start off with the Matilda ban here. Still, the Ohio Brothers. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Focusing down on a lot of those tankier picks again. And I mean, Avalon, I have to wonder if you want to change the game plan, maybe change up some of these picks. I mean, Mielo has already, they have a problem when it comes to the XP lane. Mielo has been a massive problem no matter where they go with it, but they're still trying to ban out things there as well.
It's looking like a problem in every lane right now, Private. I hate to break it to you. But yes, Milo's an issue, Shark's an issue, Hoon's an issue. Zia, I almost want to say you just, at this point, stop wasting your bans on Zia. Because, like, he's, no matter what, he's going to do well. And whatever they put in his hands right now. I mean, Zia's gone from nice gold lane you have there to best gold lane you have there this year. And he's definitely just been a monster all over. So do they even focus on that? Do they switch it up? Focus in a Shark, focus in a Hoon, focus in a Milo. I think the Milo bans are solid. You don't want to give him a Charizla, that is for sure.
Oh, another Valentina. This is a great pick. Last game, it's gonna work out again in this game. Private.
Yeah, I mean, Valentina, you were talking about how Hoon feels so comfortable, and we didn't see anything that told us the wiser from that last game. So quick, 11 minutes there as well. Avalon, I'm wondering if we're going to kind of change up, maybe try to focus on one lane, focus on one part of this composition from the Ohio brothers, try to drive a nail into it, and then kind of spread that damage out as we spread up a little bit. So they are thinking a little bit different now. They do pick up that first Paquito and Akaja.
Now, I think this is a solid start. I think we're kind of ignoring the jungle a little bit. I think you need to... Best player's a monster, man. And like Tarzan does have the position where he could play, you know, decent enough on whatever. We need to make sure that we have answers elsewhere, right? And picking up that Kaja immediately helps out. Yes, Valentina can get the IMU, but again, that's something you just have to block out. You can't just be too scared of that. You just have to play it a little bit better.
Or maybe just get Valentina, right? Kaja just goes in with a Divine Judgment and focus on Hoon. And normally when we see when other teams have an opportunity against TOB, the window of opportunity is actually Hoon himself, right? If you're able to catch Hoon off guard, Hoon is roaming around mid to bottom. Because the one thing about TOB that do really well against any other team is macro rotation. Rotate a lot, rotate very frequently. Now, can you catch one of those little mistakes when you're stepping in those rotations?
Yeah, we have now on the board Suppression for Suppression. Franco out as well. We already know how laser focused that hook can be from Shark, his positioning, the way he can kind of catch these angles that are so surprising for players. And then, of course, what we just dominated with on the first game, the Martis pickup, which is going to give them that early game aggression that the Ohio brothers feel most comfortable in.
All right, but Avalon going to bring even more kill pressure. This is one hell of a level 4 spike right here. You got Paquito with the knockout strike. You have the Rough Waves from Demon. And here's the thing, the Rough Waves is a decent answer to the Franco, right? Because when he uses that Bloody Hunt, when he's using Hook, he's got to stand still. And if Demon can time those well and just not be the one to get knocked up, it is very helpful. Also, Cold World, another solid answer.
It's a wombo combo, right? It's a Kanja plus Kadita, the OG, the win against TOB. This might be the answer. They need something that breaks the current momentum that TOB has. I think this is it, because Kadita historically has done well against TOB. Kaja, you need someone that can lock TOB down in order for Kadita to shine. So this might be what they needed. They have the damage, they have Paquito on top of it. Now it all comes down to execution. Can actually rotate together, can actually execute the kill with all the damage jumping at once, Private.
Yeah, I mean, you just said it. I mean, the execution is the big thing here. I mean, on paper, Franco hooks somebody, the rest of the Ohio brothers close ranks to try to burst him down, which would provide an opportunity for Kadita. But these last 2 games have been anything but on paper. It's just the Ohio brothers dominating with whatever they have. And that comes down to rotations, vision, the macro play that you're having on Avalon, which needs to be cleaned up, and the potentially, I want to say, the call-outs on where people are on the map and target focus.
Wow. I mean, let's take a look at the last 2 bans coming out from Avalon. It's going to be the marksman one more time, leaving Beatrix available. Oh!
Beatrix taken?
Forget about that. That just got banned away by TOB, right? I mean, Beatrix is a character that you definitely do not want to give to basic. This guy have the momentum on this character specifically, and sometimes in the game, if you know someone's doing really well on one character, just don't give it to them. Doesn't matter if you think this character is that matter or not. Just break it, you know? Just stop it right there, and they'd be like, oh man, I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what to do anymore.
All right, so Basic picks up the 1-1, and I know this hasn't been like a hero that we've seen a whole lot, but this is one of those things where in paper it sounds decent, right? You have a way to get out of the hook. You have a way to kind of kite around best player. You have a few answers in 1-1's kit for the composition that the Ohio brothers have, but is the damage there? And there it is. We saw this the other day, the Guinevere jungle, Private.
Yeah, I mean, Avalon used it. Man,
it didn't look bad.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I don't want to. We're gonna see how it plays out here. The big thing right now is that the Ohio Brothers, like we were talking about, you're going to need to kind of spruce up those strategic points in it if you want to be successful here, because I feel like you have a lot of very strong but very, I mean, open to countering problems here. Wanwan, yes, she can get that crossbow of Tang out there, take away a lot of damage, but I mean, you have to have the positioning, you have to actually get it, and she doesn't do very great in the early game at all.
Now, can Team Avalon's early game Wombo combo work against Ohio Brothers Synergy? Ladies and gentlemen, we jump into Game 3. It's time to share the stream with your friends. This is the grand final for NACT Fall Season.
Game 3 right now, a lot on the line. You don't want to be going into the next match as a game point if you're Avalon. You want to try to get this. You want to try to even out the tone, and we're going to find out if they can do that, Trex.
You know, I'm going to say this. Whether Tarzan wins or loses, here he's going out of style because that Guinevere skin looks clean. It looks good from the side view. Let's take a look at the emblems, though.
Yeah, you can see on the Ohio Brothers, you know they're looking to close this early. Look at the amount of speed, agility boots, quantum charge on their side. They're looking to get around the map, close the distance on the top and the bottom to try to get these ganks to feed best player early.
All right, so up in the top, wait, a little bit of action at the blue buff. Super Shark trying to defend as Cold World tries to harass. Cole on a slightly bad spot though. Tarzan comes in, was able to take that knock-up. Level 4, the Violet Requiem shreds them apart. Burst blood for the side of Avalon. Looking for more. Tarzan will go down. It's 1-for-1 jungler for jungler.
I mean, on one point you have Avalon, a great answer to the early game, able to get a kill, but I mean, the greatness of Shark, see that, get an opportunity, not gonna let them go down without a fight and a kill of their own.
Man, if only he was able to get away from that. It would have been a great start, but still, we're seeing the possibilities, right? We're seeing Tarzan with this Guinevere pick, kind of a ode to Blacklist. We've seen that in the past, you know, a little bit last year, but nothing that ever really stuck. Occasionally a team picks it up, decides not to use it again. But Tarzan trying to rock more with it, moving on Shark here. We'll get the Requiem, the knock-up, and Shark goes down. Demon picking up the kill.
I want to say such a great counter for the early game of the Ohio Brothers. Avalon doing great 3-man rotations in the jungle, even when it comes to kind of out-rotating and catching Shark if he leaves himself open while trying to get vision. Is that going to be enough when it comes to some of these objectives? We're about to find out.
And here comes the neutral objective. Tarzan still not there, gonna try to come in. Player will take it though. Big knockup, best player goes down. Demon picking up the kill. Milo in a little bit of trouble. Tarzan on the chase though. Decides to lock on the camp instead. Unable to find Hoon there. Shark pops the hook, but Avalon are gonna eat up some jungle here. Maybe move on to the orange buff next. Up in the top side though, Zia is getting the better of Basic right now.
And this is what we have seen before. A good job by Avalon to go, oh, we have an engagement.
A little bit of damage. Tarzan in trouble. Decimation comes in. Best player able to finally put a kill on the board, looking for more. Not able to connect just yet. Cold World slows him down, and Demon should be able to get away from this. Best player looking for it. The knockup comes in. Demon in trouble. Doesn't have the ultimate and goes down. Best player now sitting at 2-2, evening the scoreboard.
And that is unfortunate just when Avalon had the lead. I was just about to say they have a great and commanding lead. A much different game than we saw from the last. We can see here, you were talking about it, Zia, independent of the team. We have an engagement, and Colro getting very, very low, but is able to find himself some safety. But I was going to say, you mentioned it before, Zia, we've talked about it a ton and lost breath over it. Zia can still be successful independent of his team and how they're doing in the early game.
Most definitely. And with Avalon, though, I will say this, it doesn't seem as bad as the last one. It's only an 800K gold lead for the Ohio Brothers. We're only at 4 minutes. In the first game, it was literally like 1,000 gold lead every minute that just kept raising. This time, Avalon is keeping up. And with the CC that Tarzan has, with the CC that Demon has, with Cold World as well, kind of like Dave said during the draft, they kind of have a way to break through a little bit, because the Ohio Brothers do. They're relentless. I think they know that they can just beat them in these fights. So Avalon needs to find a way to just slow them down a little bit.
Well, the problem is when you start slowing them down, you're going to lose the advantage that you had on that Guinevere. And they're trying to take advantage of it, trying to make something happen here, almost at a point that they might be looking a little desperate now because there's a very few minutes here until it starts falling off. If best player is still more successful, you're going to have a tough time using that Guinevere. Oh, Divine Judgment.
Oh, that's bad for Cold World. It was a stolen Divine Judgment. Cold World able to just get away though. Shark able to get it, but with Avalon before kind of holding over the turtle pit, now TOB have taken it. Promise still there. Tarzan unable to get it. Best player secures the objective. No members down on either side, so that's at least a plus for Avalon.
Yeah, and a big pop-up there by Avalon. Demon just unfortunately not at that point where he's able to one-shot the TheOhioBrothers. He caught 3 members in that, and possibly a shadow of things to come for the TheOhioBrothers.
We'll see. Now, let's take a look at the gold lane, though, Basic. 0-0. No one's really been hanging out there. Normally, there's always a little more action up there, and this time, both teams have just kind of been letting them do their thing.
Yeah, I mean, but now, I mean, you do have a nice little duo up there for the top. They want to protect. I was going to say before, I mean, Wanwan is one of those that you need to protect. Her early game can be trounced by a lot of the marksman heroes, so they do have support up there. But what that does is leaves you open around. You can see the patience of the TheOhioBrothers here come in and going to go ahead and clear out that mid lane.
Yeah, TOB just kind of holding down the map. Here comes a conceal play. Cold World doesn't know it's coming. Does finally get him. So they're able to stop that, because every time you see a conceal play, it's like heart starts beating. We think a play's coming.
Yeah, and they're going to go ahead and try to zone him out. You can see some engagement.
Hook comes down. Basic off the map. Cold World in a bad spot in between 4 members. Shark going to try to lock in. Enough damage is dealt, and the killing spree goes into the hands of best player. Make that a tower as well.
And you can see, I mean, already they have a tower, and you can see on the other side, Mielo already cutting lane. But Avalon doing, instead of rotating lane, instead of coming there 5 seconds afterhand, they are doing what they're supposed to and taking advantage of what they can and cleared out the TheOhioBrothers jungle.
Yeah, Avalon still unable to take a single tower yet. The TheOhioBrothers have broken down the top spot. Tarzan looking for the knock-up. Zia in a little bit of trouble. They get it. They find it. That's a good kill onto the gold laner of TOB. But now Tarzan in a bad spot. Milo with the final slap. Pushes him against the wall. And that's it. Milo finds the kill. Promise now in a bad spot as well. Needs to try to dash away, but it's too much damage. Gets the shield. Can he escape? And the flicker, able to find it. Demon looking for the knock-up. Rough waves, put some nice damage on a Shark that will promise. Why did you He goes down 2 for none.
I just poked his head. Is it safe yet? There were still 3 members there, and then you basically nixed all that was done to try to find you an escape. The frustration starting to show on Avalon.
Yeah, nice Divine Judgment. Still not enough to take out Milo, though. He misses the final slash. Gonna dash in. Crossbow Tang goes off, but still not enough damage from Basic. Basic's gonna try to chase him down. Tarzan able to stop Milo in his tracks. No, able to stop best player in his tracks. Can they get the finish? Try to turn things around in their favor. One more hit. Demon finds it. The shutdown. Put a little bit of gold into the pocket. It's 2 for 0. Avalon finally coming out on top in a fight.
Possibly a little bit of a mistake there made by the TheOhioBrothers, but now Avalon trying to capitalize on it, tying up the score basically.
Oh, we knew that was going down.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of crazy is how quickly they do it. And there was a conceal play from mid. Oh, they might be walking in a trap, but Shark realizes, man, he's just got such a great game sense to know when there's certain bushes and where most likely the enemy would be.
Yeah, and look at Cold World. I mean, Avalon's trying right now, man. They're being patient. They're sitting in these bushes. They're looking for marks, looking for pickoffs. But like you said, at the game sense, from essentially all the players in the TheOhioBrothers, they always kind of know where you are. They always know when it's Cold World going to try to find Shark here. And at this point, it's a good knock-up, possibly a good kill. Basic able to find it. He needed that one. Zia in a little bit of trouble, but able to get away. Tarzan not able to get the finish, but still Avalon coming out on top once again.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting to answer around better. And especially with the pressure that they have in the early game. Still getting some of these picks, it's just they need to be able to transition these kills into objectives, into towers, or it's not going to matter as we start going into the late game.
And speaking of late game, you know, we're crossing through the mid game right now. And I say it all the time, Paquito has a great mid game spike, and it looks like Tarzan does too. Looking for Hoon here. Can he get the final shot? Milo trying to help him out. Spress comes in. Tarzan now in trouble. Best players here. Maybe a bad pickoff. Decimation comes down and Tarzan is taken out.
Yeah, and then off screen, able to take down Azia as well. Demon in a little bit of trouble. Mortal Coil.
Oh, a lot of damage. Best player will be able to get the finish there. Lord going to be coming up now. Well, this is happening. Promise is able to take that tower on the top side. So Avalon are at least still making plays across the map.
Yeah, they're making plays across the map. They're able to kind of tie up the gold lead, but what you don't have is the pressure in the jungle. Towers are down, and Avalon's jungle is just wide open for the Ohio brothers to take advantage.
All right, so Avalon, do they fight for this? Tarzan looking for a position up on the top side. He's going to work at his orange buff as the rest of Avalon are going to kind of move around the side. Do they just give up this Lord here and maybe go for a tower instead? That's what it's kind of looking like. They don't want to try to force this fight, and with that, First Lord will go over to the side of the Ohio brothers. Hopefully they get something in exchange here.
Yeah, and that's ultimately, and you can already see Yellow already sensed it is going to go ahead and spread out there, so they don't contest the turtle. They waste probably, or they don't contest it in the objective, and in the early game, they have they're running the risk right now of that Guinevere starting to fall off. Now with a non-luminous Lord charging up at the top, you can see here by the gold right now, 7K on Martis on best player. Engagement now.
I mean, literally, Cold World tries to go for it, gets pushed back, but wait, the knock off the Petrify. This is a chance for Avalon. Cold World looking for something. Crossbow Tang goes off. Unable to find best player, though, because the damage still isn't there. That's the problem with Wan right now. It just takes too long, and they don't have the time right now. TOB doesn't want to give them any. They've taken down Basic, and now the Ohio brothers still up. Lord still coming towards Avalon.
The patience of Shark on that Franco to hold out on that suppression until best player was just narrowly on the edge of death to go ahead, lock down Basic, and earn the Ohio brothers a kill onto the enemy marksman.
Oh, Cold World, Immortality pops. Demon tries to come in to save the day. Cold World able to just get away there. Tarzan as well, Bazia chasing him down. Promise now onto the other side. They're just like tagging him. All right, you run away, you run away, you run away. But one of them always keeps getting stuck. Luckily, Avalon doesn't take a death, though. They stop the Lord before it hits an inhibitor, but it's a 4K gold lead for TOB.
I mean, not as overpowering of a game as we saw with the first two, and I owe that. I mean, haven't been a big fan of the Guinevere in the jungle, but man, Avalon is executing it the way they need to. It's just the rest of the team. They need to kind of find that pace. She's starting to fall off. We're getting to a point of no return here. Only left to the high ground towers, waiting on the intensity of the Ohio brothers to keep pushing into your base.
Most definitely. Avalon's starting to group up a little bit now. They're like, all right, we really got to just group up, look for the play to happen. Cold World hasn't really been able to get a huge divine judgment yet. It seems like every time he tries to go in, best player's in his face like, nope, 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 just slapping him away, because that's the way those skills work, and it's kind of a pain at times, right? And he's using it so well. Cold World needs to find an angle at this point, use that flicker correctly, get to the backside, find Zia. I mean, at this point, find anybody, right? Because even just taking one person off the map is a huge win for Avalon.
I mean, we have a little bit over a 3K gold lead. We were talking about it before. Not as unending as the first two games. So Avalon still have a great chance. It's just right now they're starting to get refused jungle. Conceal play out for the top.
They know the Demon's there, though. They go in on a Promise. Demon leaves him. He hightails it out. I thought Demon was going to go for the setup or something.
My friends, he just let him go. He knew that there was nothing more that he can do, and that's going to go ahead and set up this Lord for the side of TOB.
All right, Tarzan trying to slow him down a little bit. Here comes the concealed play with Cold World. Oh, he walks into the final slash. They had something waiting for him. Best player finds the Lord, and they're looking for more. Milo able to go down. Basic able to pick it up. Tarzan looking for Zia. Can he get the final hit? It's 1 for 1, 2 for 2. Make it 3. The Ohio brothers do go down. They find a little bit, but it's not going to be enough to help right now.
Demon and Basic tried their best. Basic got ahead of his tanks and ultimately got taken down, and that was a huge amount of their damage. Avalon fighting for straws right now as a Lord coming through mid, and they want to defend it, and a wide hook there by Shark.
All right, the Lord crashes. Best player going to get that final hit onto the tower. Cold World on the wrong side of the wall. Might get caught off here. Luckily, Knockup comes in. Demon looking for the finish. Rough Waves. Promise able to get the final hit. Best player goes down. A nice delay to this Lord push, but the OhioBrothers are going to decide to back off. They got what they came for. It's only 14 minutes in, and we've breaking an inhibitor.
I mean, it's 14 minutes in. I dare say this is probably one of the longer games we've cast here today. So for them, it's a long game. Hook comes out.
That's bad. Not only a hook, but the Divine Judgment with the IMU. Tarzan taken out. Let's take a look at some of these items.
Yeah, as we have the items here right now, you can see Hoon already has, I mean, he's basically two from full build. Oh, hook lands again!
Another one. Shark is everywhere, man. I don't even think the hook, whoa, wait a second, they try to respond. Shark flickers away. Avalon unable to find one there. Steal play. Shark wants to keep playing. On, let's go. Let's do this. Promise, gonna get locked in. Milo,
final slash
once again, and Cold World Basic taken off the map. Avalon are getting laid waste upon right now. The OhioBrothers relentless in their charge. Demon will be the next target. 3 members off the board. Nothing but Promise and Cold World to face against the Cold World.
And now we can see 3v5. Is this going to be the end?
This might be it. Tarzan gonna get taken off. They do have one Canyonman. It might be all they need because Promise will be next. They're gonna take them off one by one and then take out the Crystal.
Game 3 going to a very dominant OhioBrothers.
Match point. Match point. We're about 30 minutes in and it's match point. Gentlemen. I'm just kidding, guys. Avalon's putting up a good fight. It seems like they're getting a little bit better every single time, but now it's 3 games in and it might be too late.
That is the problem when it comes to facing a team of this big. I mean, I do like what the plan was with that Guinevere. It's just the execution started to fall behind. Eventually, the overwhelming offense from the OhioBrothers proving the better from Avalon.
Yeah, I don't know if TOB is going to give him any space to breathe. We're coming into match point, Dave. What do you got to say?
I was looking at TOB. All the players seems like they were so calm. You saw how they ended the game. Yeah. So like, okay, match point. Sure.
M5.
Yeah, expected. Yeah.
When's our flights again?
Yeah, when the flight. Yeah, it's like when the flights already, right? Like this is why we're still here. You know, celebration dinner. Where's confetti? This is basically the way that they're doing this game. They're already, it feels like they're just repeating something they knew is going to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, we take a look here at the score. It doesn't look like the over-oppressive game that it was. 19-11 here, but Hoon, 5-0 and 13, turning it up. This is the quality, this is the value you get with Hoon on one of his favorite characters.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of these items on the side of the OhioBrothers. Zia's who I've been really liking to watch because he always has at least one clever item in there. Today for me, it's the Gold Meteor, giving a little bit of magic damage, a little bit of shield, gonna help survive that knockup if Tarzan locks on. Gonna help give you just a bit more sustainability exactly when you need it.
Yeah, and here we can see one of those fights, a replay from it. Best player able to pick up the Lord, but ultimately, even with the kills going on their side, the over-oppressiveness of the OhioBrothers able to turn it around. Zia able to find a kill on a Tarzan, and then these hooks, these amazing hooks by a Shark. We've seen it before. It's the reason he's so feared on that Franco, that he could just change the tide of battle. And this wasn't even changing the tide of battle, it was reinforcing it against Avalon.
The Chen CC you saw from the last clip, right? The hook into the ult, into the Valentina ult with the Conjure Divine Judgment, and then into Mielo's ultimate. It's just like a layer upon layer upon layer of CCs. This team is on a roll.
Yeah, there's a lot of blue on these opposed stats here. You can see Zia, 763 gold per hour and most damage with 71k total assist. Super Shark with a 14 and Cold World even makes it up there with the sandbag.
All right, so with it being match point now, Dave, you don't really get to cast with us during the games. What can Avalon do to turn this around, to at least put a point on the match? Man, we went from last season 7 games to possibly being a pure sweep here.
Steak. They need to buy everybody steak from TOB and be like, yo, guys. To be honest, last game I thought they had a chance. Like, they had Kaja, they have Kadita, and they were doing quite okay, right? It's back and forth in the early game. But then TOB quickly recomposed themselves. Right? We've seen the CCs, and Shark start dominating. We've seen the rotations when they went to top side, you know, with the camouflage play. Everything was so decisive. One shot, done, right? Go back to Lord. And then once the Lord fight began, right? Best player had a job. Okay, well, I'm going to do the Lord. And guys, we're not delaying any time. It's game 4, match point.
Yeah, no time to wipe away the tears, no time to even plan. It's do or die here for Avalon right now.
Oh man, let's take a look at the ban one more time. It's gonna be the same thing. I mean, why are we even talking about the draft anymore? It's gonna be Terizla being banned away, Mathilda being banned away from Avalon. On the other side, TOB is Boxia, it's Fredrin, right? I mean, what's the last ban again? It's gonna be like a Kai.
Yeah, Kai, Basha, Fredrin. We already know it from TOB. They don't have to break anything. They don't have to change anything. It's been working just fine, and we're gonna ride this until the wheels fall off. And I don't think Avalon's gonna make those wheels fall off, Private.
Yeah, I mean, there are, you said it before, there are just lethal and problems in every single lane. There are problems with the rotations. I don't even want to say problems with the rotations. Avalon is just TOB's just doing it better. Every aspect of these matches, whether it comes to the execution, whether it comes to the rotations, the macro, the micro, TOB is just outdoing Avalon.
Yeah, it's definitely becoming a problem. So, Avalon. I liked the draft last time. I think what maybe could have been wrong was the Guinevere pick. It worked. But again, like you said, Private, there's just a lot of things of like micro decisions, small decisions here and there. You get the kill and you keep on going instead of backing off. The TheOhioBrothers are everywhere. So we still have 2 more bans left. This time they're not as quick. Maybe Avalon wants to try something one more time. Do we take away? Oh, still the Matilda. Which again, I mean,
let's take a guess.
Right?
Let's take a guess. What's the last ban coming out?
I bet it starts with a B.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll give it to him. Nope, there it is.
It did start with a B. It's Boxia being banned away again.
First pick? Valentina?
Valentina. But it's going to be Avalon this time.
Yeah, Valentina.
I mean, you might want to go ahead and pick that up. Hoon has been the menace here in all of these games. The last game especially. Man, it's so tough to who do you take away? Who do you try to get for your early game? Because if you do pick up that Valentina, yeah, the TheOhioBrothers is going to be able to answer with something early. We have the Martis. There's still Kaja out there, the suppression that they've been liking to go with here. 13 seconds, though, to see what Avalon's going to go with for this first pick.
Oh. Valentina for TOB.
Yeah.
You could see him talking about that too. They were like, see, you saw Guapo, or you saw Terzan, he's like, is this what we want to do? Is this what we want to do? Like, all right, let's run it. And they decide to go for it up front at that.
And of course, yeah, that Valentina comes out for Hoon, who has been absolutely stunning on it, to say the least. And then we were talking about, I'm not sure what Avalon is going to be able to try here. I mean, it's basically a mirror of the last games that we've been seeing. But I mean, how, when you get taken down so hard, so quickly, and from so many different angles and aspects of the match, where do you go in this immediate? Where do you go to try to make a difference? When it comes to these compositions.
It's hard. I mean, TOB just have what it takes for their draft. I mean, look at the entire thing that they have. Valentina, Kaja, they're going to lock onto the Lancelot. Lancelot can't do anything, right? Even if the Lancelot can do something, you know that for TOB's engages, when Shark's on the Kaja, he's going to find not just ultimate, but the entire team going to follow him up to make sure that target is down and going to be dead for the next 30, 20 seconds. That's how they play the game.
Okay, so at least they do pick,
another one.
At least they do pick up a Franco, but this is match point, and what else would you do if you were best player in match point? It doesn't matter what counters you're gonna pick. I'm gonna play me some Fanny. Let's have some fun today, right?
Yep.
Let's try to finish things off in good old best player style.
I've said it before, if you're not going to be able to pick out a Fanny in those opening bits, you don't deserve to be playing the Fanny despite what counters are on there. You better be just amazing, and we already know best player is one of those. Amazing on the Fanny. There's going to, I mean, even with the Franco out on the field, I mean, we've seen him before go against Francos here, even in the regular season, and he was successful.
Ooh, Kadita being bent away. They try to take away as much burst damage as possible to wombo combo, right? Kaja. It doesn't matter what ultimate it is, it's suppression that works with Kadita. So take that away. And again, TOB didn't do well against it, but the last game, I mean, they proved us wrong. Doesn't matter what enemy you pick now, what character you pick now, they have what it takes to make sure they counter it. Details, check bush. We saw Franco playing by Shark. What you were mentioning, Private, when you were casting, he's checking every bush, talking about the macro sense that he had. It's almost like he's Spider-Man, but you know, he's a shark.
So
Sharkman.
So what do we put in the EXP lane to help with this, right? Do we, like, what exactly is going to help deal with the Fanny not get picked off as much? Do we just go for something bulky again, like an Esmeralda, Uranus, something on that measure, or is there something else?
I mean, usually you want something a little bit later game to kind of carry you through. Fanny does start to fall off in the later game. Once you start getting those defensive items, she's not going to be able to one-shot you. I mean, we're not talking about the TheOhioBrothers. I'm just talking about normally how it's going to be when it comes to the later game. So you do want to have some insurance when it comes to the later. Some damage that's going to be able to carry you through once they begin to fall off. We do see that Valir getting taken off as well. I mean, I don't even know what you can put out there to try to counteract it, to try to withstand that early aggression that we've been seeing, because we already know the TheOhioBrothers early game, that's where they like to sit, that's where they like to be successful, and a Fanny is just basically wearing that t-shirt the whole time.
I mean, it's definitely going to be tough, right? So the TheOhioBrothers first pick on this second phase. Once again, Zia, I feel like, is one of the most flexible. I mean, now Milo could probably play anything as well, but Bruno's open. And this is a hero like a lot of people haven't first picked. I know with the last revamp some things changed, but he's still a monster. The crit damage is still insane.
Yeah, and this is that late game damage you get. Once he starts getting those stacks up, he just starts chunking people down. It's going to see how this Lancelot might be able to close the distance on him, maybe try to ruin the early game, but that does mean there's going to need to be a decent amount of pressure on there. Avalon, very, I don't want to say slow, but very patient right now in their picks, trying to outthink. You can see them discussing it up there, what they want to do with these last two picks, because something needs to change when it comes to how they are rotating around, how they are checking these bushes, and how they are losing this early game that just eventually snowballs for TOB.
Whoa, Lilia and Lapu. This is a pretty early game, to be honest. Now, you're talking about what Avalon can go for EXP lane that does well against best players, Fanny. I think Lapu is a pretty decent choice. All he needs is a level 4, and he has a lot of sustain in the lane. Not to mention he has a lot of mobility on top of it, which gave him more survivability against the Fanny. But last choice now, what goes well against Lapu?
What goes well against Lapu? Yeah, Esmeralda destroys Lapu, and that's probably what Milo will end up picking here. Definitely could be an issue. The Lilia, though, we saw Hoon play it yesterday. He's going for the Paquito instead. All right. All right, well, let's pack a punch back. You know, you mentioned early game. Well, the TheOhioBrothers look like they have an insane mid game right now.
Yeah, and especially with how well he's been dominating so far. I'm not sure when it comes to on paper, Paquito really kind of out-levels when it comes to the Lapu. He does have a great level 4 on him, and we've seen it before. Lapu gets the cut, has great wave clear, has great ability to close the distance and to try to get to those squishy targets where we're going to find out if this is going to be able to pay off.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the time. Match point for the TheOhioBrothers. It's the grand finals for 2023 NACT fall season. TOB's one step away from the ticket to Worlds. Can Avalon take us to Game 5, or is this it? Let's find out.
Trex, are we going to find out in this match who is going to be waving the North America banner?
I hope not. I hope not. I want at least 2 more games. I'd be happy with that. Give me 3. I'd be really, really happy. Hopefully, Avalon has one more play up their sleeve here, because right now, TOB are keeping it real Ohio style. They're bringing out the Fanny. They're bringing out the Bruno. They got Milo on the damage instead of being a zoner. They're switching things up a little bit, and that can either be a death sentence for Avalon, or it could be the grace.
I do like the aggression there by Cold World, and Hoon doing a great job trying to stand as a shield. And they're looking to possibly make Yellow pay for a lot of these cuts. He's already in enemy jungle, already cutting lanes for the side of the Ohio Brothers.
Cold World though keeping pressure on best player, and that's a really solid answer. But now he's walking in between Milo and Hoon. Should be okay there. Ooh. I want to see, maybe not okay. I always forget how much damage Paquito does.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. That's what I like when he's got a very dangerous level 4. You can see that Tarzan comes and best player off screen finds a kill, and Tarzan fighting down here at bottom.
Yeah, Tarzan, I mean, a lot of people, back when Tarzan was Guapo, he did run some assassins here and there, right? It seems like he's really heavily favored recently into the utility, but he does still, maybe he's got to brush a little of the rust out of his joints, out of those thumb joints, but he's got something nice phase through, able to dodge out. Best player not going to try to let him get away, though. Milo around the side trying to cut in, not able to find the kill, though. Avalon survive out on that one.
It's just so crazy to me, the Ohio Brothers, all the different angles that they always come from. Even when best players coming from the bottom, looking for a little bit of a pick, Yellow coming from the top. It wasn't successful that time, but it's just an example of the Ohio Brothers and how they think and how they execute a lot of these pickoffs onto Avalon.
All right, so we're 2 minutes in, only one death on the board. Definitely much slower than what we've been seeing. Milo, though, still being so aggressive. Tarzan still to secure his purple. Milo maybe in a little bit of trouble. Demon trying to chase him down. Nice damage from Tarzan. The Rose comes out. Milo able to get away. Promise has used the bravest fighter, and Turtle is up. Is that going to be an important utility that they lost?
I mean, Yellow turning on the gas and putting the pedal to the metal, able to break some ankles to get himself out of Avalon. A jungle best player doesn't really look like he has too much contention. You've got Avalon down at the bottom, enemy jungle down there, and so you're not going to have a retreat for this first turtle.
Yeah, I mean, and it looks like Avalon doesn't even want to go for it, right? Tarzan's like, I'm just going to get my purple buff. I thought maybe he was going to try to make his way down to the gold lane, but Super Shark is already ready for that, right? And look at the damage. They're already getting off onto the gold plate. Gold World here as well. Avalon looking for a possible play. Hook comes out, lands on a minion, just not close enough. Need a little bit more range there to pull that one off.
Able to kind of go ahead and push back the Ohio Brothers, but I mean, and not able to make anything happen out of that possible gank. Ohio Brothers just too fast, too quick, and have too much vision around the map right now. A little bit of a skirmish up at top.
Yeah, a little something, nothing too major. Both the XP laners still testing the gas. Wait a second. Best player comes in. Cold War flickers to the wall. Best player doesn't want to let him get away. Hoon picking up the kill. It's another kill on the board for TOB. It's 2-0, 1,000 gold lead.
Yeah, 1,000 gold lead, and going to be able to get a sizable gold plating chunk off of the,
maybe a tower too?
Yeah, they could possibly get that tower as well in the opening 3 minutes. That's going to be very early. That's the value you get out of that early game Bruno as well. Once he starts getting those stacks up, that crit just starts hitting like a truck.
TOB, man, once again, just oppressing Avalon. We keep saying it, it's running dry, but every angle, every possibility, and there it is, another one. Demon goes down.
Yeah, and that is the Cold World a little late to the punch there, not able to get into position to be able to kind of suppress down anything. And this is what we were talking about. You have the Franco, but unfortunately, best player just had,
down goes Tarzan, another one. Promise is able to dodge it, but still, now he's back to the tower, maybe looking for a kill, has the bravest fighter. Just misses, still has the stun, able to land it, but he's gonna go down too quick, not able to get it. That's the second time Promise is re-engaged in the past 2 times when he just shouldn't do it.
Yeah, and that just has to be frustration. Demon goes down as well, but we still have 2 more. Oh, man.
Yeah, Cold World is here, Basic there as well. No hook connects. Now Basic's gonna get terrified. In a little bit of trouble, more chip damage. Basic gonna have to go back to base early.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the oppressiveness is too much right now. Avalon, I mean, obviously Mercil is feeling the worst of it right now with the frustration. What do? You have to make something happen. They keep running away, and they're kind of slow playing their own death by being passive. Unfortunately, the Ohio Brothers are not offering very many opportunities.
Nice suppression. Maybe that's the opportunity to finally find best player. The Worldly comes out, but still the damage not there from Zia. Promise gonna try to move into this mid side, defend these towers with all they have. Gonna use the bravest fighter, doesn't connect on anyone, gets a stun though. Zia forced to flicker away. Promise trying to continue with it. Turtle is up, Avalon might have a chance to strike.
Still some signs of life left in Avalon, able to find a kill, good pick onto them, maybe a little over-aggressive, over-assertiveness from the Ohio Brothers, but they're still able to dominate these objectives, able to dominate their places on the map right now, and then disengage quietly into the night.
Tarzan's not even going for it at this point. Zia got that turtle. Best player back in the fray of things. Avalon still trying to take things slow. With Demon having 3 deaths on him already though, it's looking rough for him when it comes to mid. It's looking rough for them when it comes to slow and damage. Yes, the Lilia was shown as not a horrible pick when we saw Hoon play it, but he went deathless on it. And the scaling is there, but when you've already taken this much damage so early on, it just slows down the composition so much.
Yellow catches a Promise trying to rotate. Oh man.
That's it for Promise. Next on the list, please.
Man, 1-7 right now in the opening 6 minutes. We're looking at about a 5K gold lead already. A very dominating performance. Unfortunately for Avalon, unable to catch their breath. 3 members coming down in the bottom lane.
All right, can they find Milo, or is he gonna pull off a magic trick? Will get locked down. Demon gonna pick up the kill. Definitely a hero that needed it, but watch for best player. Oh! Flickers through. He's everywhere. That is just like, that is a jab in the face right there, man.
Yeah, nowhere is safe, and they're continuing to push.
They are. They're going to try to come for that mid-tier 2. Hoon looked for the Terrify on Tarzan. Avalon continues to be pushed back into the corner.
Yeah, poor Basic just coming out from the base like, all right, not even on the opposite side of the wall yet. And in comes Best Player with that Cutthroat, halves his health. And then Best Player disappears out into the night.
Yeah, he Cutthroat through the wall. Oh, is that what it is? The skill made him prio through the wall, and then he's able to go around. I don't know if I've actually seen that mechanic happen with that skill yet. Definitely insane. Best Player in the mid side doing some nice damage on a Demon there. Forces him to use the black shoes right before Turtle.
Yeah, and Turtle is up, and Avalon is just not in a position to contest. 5K gold down right now, 2-8 with 2 kills on to Best Player, but Zia with 4. We've already talked about, we don't see Bruno too often, but still, I want to say we both agree he's just as lethal as he used to be, and now with 4 kills at the 8-minute mark, man, it's gonna be a handful for Avalon to deal with.
Definitely. Tarzan, a little too deep in enemy territory. Cold World comes in, gets a suppression. Super Shark still to get away. Hoon uses the break spider with the IMU. Basic gonna get stunned up, taken out. 3 members down already. Cold World and Tarzan also in trouble. Cold World chased down, a double kill and a double kill for 2 members of TOB. It's a full 5-man wipeout. This could be bad for Avalon.
Yeah, the Ohio Brothers with a dominating team fight there. You can hear the crowd erupting. They are starting their push. This could mean end here for Avalon.
Damage from Best Player is insane right now. We're only 9 minutes in. Are they going to try to beat their record from season? 9 minutes 53 seconds is the quickest game so far in NACT. We're closing in on it, and TOB wants to end this fast.
Yeah, we're still going to go ahead. They're getting positioning on the Lord. Avalon not in a position to go ahead and contest it. Starting to get about 8K behind the game right now. They're coming in, though. They want to make something happen. They have to make something happen.
You know, Dave said it. TOB, wait a second. Best Player able to find the Lord still. Tarzan taking out a monster kill for Zia. Here comes the conceal play. This could be it. for Avalon. A lot of damage on Milo though. Shark goes down, Promise into the backside using the Bravest Fighter. Still taking out Milo, finds him. Cold World gonna be next. Zia finds Promise, 3 members down. All for one, and best player into the backside. Looking for Basic, looking for Demon, looking for everything, looking for the throne. The Lord is coming.
2 members of the Ohio Brothers escorting a Lord, looking to close this out here at the NACT Game 4.
All right, Tarzan against the wall. Demon there as well. Promise finally back on the map. A wave of minions to help out, 'cause they're gonna need everything right now. TOB waiting on backup. Minions coming down the boss side. Lord getting melted down as well. A puncture suppression from Hoon. Tarzan locked down. Tarzan pops Thorns with Zia's on the ground.
Zia!
Comes in with a Bravest Fighter. Unable to get stoned. He may be next. Taken out from Hoon. The Terrify. The damage. The Ohio Brothers looking for it all. NACT.
This is it!
Here.
This is it!
Zia. Everybody down. TOB just need one more minion to break that wave. They're in, and that is it.
North America!
New kingdom is born. The Ohio Brothers stand above. The throne is taken. The crown is theirs.
TOB claiming what they thought was theirs last season, coming back with a vengeance at the grand finals.
And in a very quick fashion, in a fashionable fashion, look at them hugging it up. They had a rough time last season, taken out in a best of 7, but this time they made it look easy.
Yeah, and that is just the dominance you get, the reverb from last season. They didn't want to make the same mistake. They didn't want to leave here empty-handed, and this time gonna be representing North America, MPLI, M5. Here we come.
You know, they've definitely come such a long way, man. Hoon, I feel like last season just shook them. A lot of the team, it shook them. They thought they had it in the bag. It was snatched from their hands. BTK holds on to the throne for another season, but this time TOB came in humble. They came in hungry. They came in wanting it all. And this, for the first time in the finals, we got the players hugging it out. I feel like NACT is in such a good place right now.
Yeah, especially right now, a very emotional win. I mean, it was very dominant. There wasn't a question for a lot of people as those games went on who was going to be winning, but you could see up there the players, a sense of relief, from both sides of them. It's over, a winner walking in, a loser walking out, but man, what an emotional roller coaster. What a game and what dominance from TOB.
If you still had any doubt what a TOB is, undeniable best, the king of North America, well, it's gone at this point. Right? They have eliminated every single possibility of your doubt to prove they are the best, winning on the stage tonight, representing North America. They deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, we could take a look at the stats here, but they don't really tell the true story here. 5-21 with a Franco out on the field, with a team who took down BTK. Best player comes in on that Fanny in absolute domination. But I mean, man, more to the story there. Hoon, 6-0-11 as well. Zia, 10-0-5. We talked about it. Every single member here is a highlight reel. As we take a look at some of these replays, we saw that the cutthroat over the wall. Nowhere is safe for Avalon to get into these fights. You can see here a lot of damage coming out. All over the map. Best player in Hoon taking care of the team, taking care of the damage, and there just wasn't enough from Avalon to be able to withstand this pressure. And then finally, the ultimate wipe coming in from the backside. You can see best player, both sides, putting on so much damage to all of these members, eventually getting taken out there. But that opened it up for TOB to make that final call into the core.
I love it, man. I love it so much. And Milo, man, Milo just sitting there cheering, happy. It is definitely well-deserved, man. It's been 2 seasons. They've been hunting for this. They've been wanting it, coming up short, and they got it. They're going to be our reps for M5. And I got faith in them, man. You said it, Dave. They're undisputed. They've gone through every team. They've swept them all, back to back to back. If there's anyone we're going to send, it's got to be them now.
Last season, Team OB received so much drama, right? So much hate, unnecessary hate. Now I hope all that have turned into love for this team. These boys have never shaken their belief that they are gonna win in this tournament. After last tournament, I talked to all the teams. They have a lot of emotions. They were saying that we're gonna do our best this season to prove we deserve this spot. They finally got it. And guys, I know there's a lot of things to say, but let's talk about the bracket one more time. Let's review our journey up to this point.
All right, so yesterday the playoffs started, Private. We had a nice journey in the beginning. TOB starts their death run, their gauntlet through the top of all 3 teams. They start off with Area 77 and they sweep on BTK, also securing a nice win over Avalon. Avalon goes to the lower bracket and starts their run to the grand finals on the opposite side of TOB, taking out Area 77.
Yeah, and then as we start, I mean, the Ohio Brothers, a domination, I mean, close games over BTK, dropping BTK to the lower members, and so many people focused on BTK, but not looking at that shadow in the darkness. Avalon, the dark horse, able to dethrone BTK. I mean, honestly, did what the Ohio Brothers couldn't last season. They knocked them out of the playoffs and then went on to meet the monsters themselves, the Ohio Brothers. But one that came there, I mean, completely lossless, undefeated. The Ohio Brothers did not take a single game loss, a clean sweep, 4 games to none for the Ohio Brothers.
And you know, because Avalon did win and get to go, they got to see every single team in the playoffs. They got to truly prove like, no, there is nobody messing with us right now. And I understand, yes, I would have loved a best of 7. I would have loved it. I mean, yes, but we can't get it every single year. And TOB this time, they've been training, they've been working, and they've done it in such a clean fashion, man. They really earned so much of our faith. Even when any of us behind the scenes kind of doubted it, we're like wondering, is BTK gonna pull all this off? Is Avalon? The Ohio Brothers have just kept it together, and they've done it with such great attitude.
Yeah, and with that begins a new chapter here in North America with the Ohio Brothers at the top of the mountain. I mean, a great, you said it, dominating performance by them, able to take on all the teams here. And I mean, I don't even know what else there is to say. It's just so emotional, so much going on here for NACT.
Well, it's been a wonderful journey in the playoffs for me and Private, and I'm sure Wheezy and Yue as well. As always, we are your faithful casters, your servants to bring you the stories and the deal, and we appreciate every one of you watching tonight. Let's send it back over to our beautiful and wonderful hosts, Liz and Dave.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for the Ohio Brothers! Woo! All right, on stage, we have the captain of the team, Hoon. How are you feeling right now?
Amazing.
Give me more.
I'm really thankful to my teammates. We worked really hard for this, and then seeing us undefeated in the playoffs, it means a lot, and thanks everyone for coming.
I have a question for you. I think middle season I was asking you, are you gonna change your roster? There's some roster change periods, and you said no, we're gonna stick with our roster. We don't even need subs. So tell me about the faith that you have in your team. What's about this roster? They have so much belief.
It's just every role, every player is best in the region. So there's no need to find a replacement.
Okay, well, that's a great answer. I have another question, by the way. You told me that was a Gosu buff, general buff. Was it related?
Yeah, I think I did way better because General's here.
Woo! Let's hear it for Gosu General. All right, Mielo, a lot of people were talking about you being, the addition of you in the team. This is your first time playing on the big stage. Actually, well, here, so in NA. So what do you have to say at this point?
I mean, before I say anything, can I introduce myself?
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of people here don't know me, so I'm just going to say my name real quick. Hi, everyone. There's a camera? Hi, my name is Loba Zane, and this is my Oppa.
All right. That's pretty good. Now, I know Liz has some questions for best player on the other side. Liz.
Our best player, the MVP star player, finally.
Woo!
Not only do you guys take this series, you got to play Fanny on the grand final stage, the closing match of the series. How are you feeling right now?
You know, words can't even express how I feel right now. You know, it's truly amazing to be up here with my teammates and, you know, work harder for this and win. You know, mad props to my teammates. We all did our job. We all did our best. And most importantly, happy birthday to my boy, Shark.
Woo, by the way.
Birthday today. Everybody give Shark a happy birthday. How old are you turning, Shark?
19.
Oh, 19. You guys are young. So much future. I mean, we are getting old, Dave, but...
Yeah. No, guys, one more time. Let's hear it for Shark. Woo! I wasn't ready for this.
This was a
wait. So, Shark, do you want to make a wish and blow the candle? Ready? All right. Close your eyes. Make a wish. You ready? Woo! All right, guys. I mean, I know we have a cake, but I think we're ready for the medals. The medal has been on Liz's hand. It's pretty heavy. So I think it's time for us to give the medals to our champion of North America that's going to the Worlds. All right, let's one more time, guys. Hear it for the undisputed champion of North America, the OhioBrothers. Oh. All right, guys. This is it. Are you ready? The final moment to truly define they as a champion. Guys, let's move to the trophy. This is your time. Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys on that? Let's raise the trophy together, okay? Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your North America champion, the OhioBrothers! Best player. Come. Now, as MVP, as FMVP of this tournament, we have something special prepared just for you. Yep, this is a gift from Moonchon that you gotta take home. You guys will get it later though. But this is a gift for you from our game publisher. So how are you feeling right now, being the #1 jungler in NA?
You know, I feel, you know, like I've said this in the past, you know, I've always had confidence in myself and I always knew I was the best jungler in NA. And today I proved it and I'm thankful for that.
All right, great. Make sure to use this phone. Guys, best player, FMVP, fantastic Liz.
By the way, thank you for the gift, Moonton. I really appreciate it.
Give him more diamonds too.
Oh yeah, that too.
All right, guys, anything you want to say to your fans now you guys are going to M5?
T-noob.
I don't know what that means.
He said T is noob.
T is noob. Ref, I want to ask you to give some final thoughts to all the TOB fans because this is the manager behind the scene that's helping the team throughout for this whole season, setting up scrims, setting up draft. Ref, anything you want to say to the TOB fans?
Thank you so much for supporting us throughout the season. I know there are a lot of other great teams out there, so just thank you for choosing us, and we'll do our best to make you proud.
All right, Liz.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, last round of applause for the OhioBrothers for taking this series home.
Woo! Now, after the show, we're gonna have our champions in the front of the stage. So for some photo op, thank you so much. So you guys, if you are a fan of TOB, make sure to come to the front of the stage after the show so you can take some pictures, all right? Before they head to Asia. That is right, after a whole long season, we finally ended with a big bang with TOB taking the champion. I'm so happy for you guys. And hope you guys enjoy the show at home as well. This is it for us here in Long Beach, California. We'll see you in M5.